Awesome.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is week 2, correct? Week 2? Week 3? I don't know. Week 3 of Octane Collegiate for Apex Legends. I believe we are live. I believe everything is running.
Yes.
And hopefully you can hear some audio. I don't know. We can't.
We are nothing if not technical difficulties.
Yes, absolutely. As usual. Things are a little hectic this week. We are testing out opping and casting. Hi. I will be doing both.
I will be making sure my hair is part of the green screen. Don't worry.
Yes, as you may notice
Hi.
here. Yeah, a little bit of...
This was not intentional, but
Hey,
dang is it
guy.
funny.
I mean, you did say it was supposed to be...
It was supposed to be blue.
But...
Didn't turn out that way.
There's a bit of a problem.
It's fine.
Blue still is technically part of the blue-green screen type of whole thing. So,
It works.
daisies, things happen.
Oh, well.
But... in other news, a lot of changes have been happening in Apex recently.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you like to share some of them?
Every weapon got buffed. A slight amount, but every bit counts, especially with some weapons. Ash changes, but Assault changes in general. Assault class got a huge buff. We get nades for free, and then we also get also your extra ammo, and then we also saw wide-ranging Assault buffs as a whole. All right, my man's leaving me.
No, I'm not. No. Don't draw attention to it.
We got a massive Ash buff with dashes being involved, completely new upgrade trees for certain legends. There has been so many. No helmets anymore. Kraber's back to being a beast until you get a gold or red helmet, but we don't talk about that. I can't wait to see the helmets. I can't wait to see the Kraber be good again. I missed the thing.
Yeah,
so much.
Kraber has been crazy. Actually, on that note, we're going to move to the last match recap because we have a couple things. This time around, we have clips also from just the team playing and practicing some ranked games. So, last match recap,
Let's
and
go.
it works this time. This is one of the clips where you can see they are playing ranked. This was to show off that the R9 is back on the ground, and it is still playing just as dirty as it always has been. Kicking out damage like no other. This clip's from the last actual game we played last week. Was that last week or the week before?
That would be last week.
Yes, we did not cast or stream last week, or it would be the week before because
No, it would be the way because we have clips. Yes,
we have clips, we have cameras. We did not stream the week before. Everyone was sick. Welcome to the flu season, gang.
Yay.
Influenza A and Influenza B make it best friends with everybody's immune systems. Either way, as you can see, EVA 8 is kicking recently.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been using that personally. It has beat out the Mastiff from last season, and without the PK on the floor, there's nothing really to challenge it with hammer points also out of the loot pool.
That's crazy. That is quite a change. I'm a little quiet. That is quite a change on our usual kind of weapon makeup. Here's a great clip of the Kraber absolutely kicking it. Again, this is a ranked match.
Hallelujah, though. I questioned this revive, but those one-shot headshots, I miss them
Everyone
so much.
missed them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, another big thing that we do have to talk about in the upcoming meta is just the change in team makeup.
Oh, yeah.
We seem to be sticking to our guns when it comes to our bunker down supports, but that might need to change just because we've been seeing a lot of Ash. Ash has been extremely versatile, and the entire meta has been pushed into the direction of ultra push, ultra assault. If you are standing still, you are a target now. You have to be moving, and you have to be constant.
Exactly.
There's no better way to phrase it.
There's no such thing as cover anymore either. You're seeing a lot of Ash. You're seeing a lot of even Maggie and Fuse nowadays, with Fuse also benefiting from the free grenade slots with those stacking with his passive, meaning he passively can carry 4 different nades on him.
Yep.
Which is honestly kind of disgusting.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely gross. We've got a lot of making a mess of the playing field, not only in ways of using tacticals to just make movement hard, but instead just being everywhere. Distractions from to make player movements harder to read, all the way to just like, you're not going to be moving through here. I have 16 thermites.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So, moving on to team lineup real quick, now that you've seen all of our last match recap clips. Usual, we have Nathan on as our team captain. We have Seed Bob Dot and Storm Cobalt. I do not know exactly what their team makeup's looking like. There might be some changes. Again, we've been seeing a lot of Ash.
I do believe we've been seeing Ash put into play. I think we're sticking to our guns on Newcastle just for that free cover.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely sure what we're doing for a third yet. It seems like, depending on who's been playing, we've been bouncing around on that. So I'm curious to see what we pull out today with that team comp.
All right. So, with all of that being said, predictions for today. I am expecting a lot of Ash picks.
Yes.
I just think that is a given with the double dash or the double ult, the positional power, and also there's no better way to phrase it. Just like the overpowering force of movement and control in a fight that people can output with an Ash is insane.
Yes.
It's just too strong.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Loba as well, because Loba's the only way to really keep up with Ash nowadays. And it also gives you a lot of power in terms of keeping ammo for all the fights you're going to be in, keeping meds, because God knows you need meds in this meta.
Yes, we spoke about this previously, but I believe it looks like we're getting to our match, which is awesome, exciting, but we'll transition to it shortly. I believe that it's current looking like 2 assaults and 1 support, and your typical supports are Lifeline or Loba. Loba mostly because she can keep on top of the Ash, which is so moving everywhere all the time. And also Loba's ult gives you infinite small meds.
Yeah, infinite small meds, infinite ammo. You can't beat it in terms of being able to hold a position even if you don't have a character that actually can fortify.
Yep. And it looks like we are dropping onto World's Edge for our first match here. Again, I will switch to Cam shortly. Just nothing interesting's happening.
Climatizer, that's a new pick. I don't think I've ever seen it. Yeah.
All right.
SDM Varsity.
So SDM is marked for Climatizer. As you may know, there is a map claim type of system here, where we are going to be landing.
We're supposed to be landing Climatizer.
Locations that we've marked. So
we can change it up. Typically, it is ill-advised depending on the team you're about to drop in on, but we will see what happens there. Oh,
oops.
Mistakes were made.
Thing I forgot. We've been trying to fix audio problems, and lo and behold, I forgot to switch the stream information. Haha.
This is not Overwatch. We apologize.
No, what are you talking about? This is definitely Overwatch. I don't know how to spell. Yeah.
Double A Apex. We love it, folks.
Hey. It's like Aaron. AA run.
Ooh.
You know, the second A is silent.
It looks like we're pulling a Catalyst for our third here.
Catalyst third is a little crazy in my opinion.
I don't hate it, only because it gives us options in terms of rotation and fortifying.
This is true. This is true.
It does. We are still at a major disadvantage when it comes to pushing a team.
Yep.
But I can see where the options come in.
Yeah, that is true.
And right off the bat, it looks like we're not landing Climatizer. It looks like we are going to be landing at Survey Camp, which isn't interesting. Oh, no, that's why. That's not us.
Oh, that's not us. 1 second. We're Team 13. Please give me a moment, folks. I will get us back on track here shortly. Group I believe. Or it's Group L. It's Group I.
Same difference.
Commentary by...
Yours truly.
Definitely us.
Yeah.
The gang. Nope.
No, we can't just say the gang.
The boys.
That works. I like that. Let's go.
Sorry, we will fix all of this shortly. Sorry, gang.
Gotta love. I will say this is an interesting team comp from Boulder with a Crypto and Watson in this kind of meta.
That is super interesting.
I feel like that's more of a bunker busting meta. The problem being there's no bunkers to bust at this current day and age.
There really is not. Tell me if you spot our dear, lovely...
I mean, if you pull up the map, you can click on them.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yep, right up top there.
We are, in fact, in Climatizer, which is good to see. And I'm somehow back to the wrong team.
All right, we're doing strong here, folks. It wouldn't be a game without technical difficulties.
Absolutely not. Anyway, we are back. Let's see. Do you think our casters got their, or not our casters, our dear gamers got their cams on?
I'd like to hope so,
I would like to hope so
but
as well. Let's take a look real quick. Player
all right,
cams.
who's ready for some struggles? That's not happening today,
Yep,
folks.
no player cams. They did not set it up like I thought they would. At least I don't see
They
it.
got preoccupied.
Just a tad. Either way, we see Storm on. What is Storm's running a G7 Spitfire?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Spitfire swapped out. Though the G7 with the accelerator hop up is a very useful piece of equipment these days.
That is fair. A lot of my controls have changed. I love this. Apex, consistent spectator camera controls would be good. Anyway.
You wanted that? That's too damn bad.
It's too bad. Anyway, I believe it is J, K, and L. There we go.
There we go.
So, as we can see, we've got Seed running an EVA 8 and a Nemesis. Unsurprising, Nemesis is one of the top ARs right now in game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, EVA 8, we've already said it, dominant shotgun. You cannot beat it in this current state.
Absolutely not, especially with the... it's been kidnapped, but the PK is not on the ground anymore? PK is on the ground, right?
No, PK is not on the ground.
Yeah,
PK is now a slug shotgun, effectively.
Oh, my God. That's unfortunate.
Are you good?
Yep.
No, he's dying.
Just a bit of a cough. I'm getting over it. We're doing way better than last week. I'm
Glad
not
to hear that.
bedridden with a fever.
Yay!
Absolutely love to see the little heirlooms our goobers have.
I hate that they're universal, though. Come on, guys.
I mean,
you can do better
listen,
than this.
Listen here. They're Apex players. They gotta have something. They're already playing Apex.
Heck, there's now a heirloom R301, so I mean...
This is true.
What
As we can see, we are already beginning the horde of grenades, and we do have an Ash. So, as expected, we see an Ash. We see a...
Newcastle?
Newcastle. I almost called him a Nemesis. That is
not his name, no.
It's close. It's NE.
Newcastle, I definitely can see working. The problem is I think he ends up being a little too situational in a lot of these states.
He can be a little situational, and I mean, we're playing with a meta where, because of the Ash Dash, you have Ashes who are placing themselves on the other side of teams when they get into team fights. And what Newcastle does is eliminate that forward push.
Yes.
It makes getting into the team harder.
It also eliminates that grenade spam, which is huge this season.
Which is huge. But the other problem is that you have Ashes who are actively breaking backline.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a team comp where you believe everything's going to be focusing on the front line, and everything's going to be focusing on where our Newcastle places his shield looking.
Yep.
Suddenly you have no one focusing that back line, and that Ash with their double dash is behind you. You see an Ash ult, you see two people pop out of it, and you don't check your back line. You end up with the problem of you suddenly have no control over
any part of that fight.
Any part of that fight, because now you have the surprise element of Ash is actually behind you. Which that is what Ash has been excelling at. Great.
I'm glad to see Ash in the spotlight in some way. She has been weak for a while now.
She was pretty strong on release, to my knowledge, but
when released, yes, but after her nerf, she could not recover.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it might just. I feel like Newcastle is strong if used correctly, and if the team is almost. Like, I'm asking for you to be more than aware. I'm asking for them to be hyper aware.
Yeah.
They need to be prepared that when they are in fights, because of Ash's like 90% pick rate, that they need to be looking behind themselves. They need to be checking all around, and they need to be just on it. You know.
Even with the Loba coming into play, even if you can see her coming behind you, if you have two people dive behind your lines, it's almost impossible to recover from that. There is no more plan once you get punched in the face.
Absolutely. So, Newcastle, an interesting pick, but a good one, and I think will be played into the team well. They've been playing with Newcastle for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to play around Newcastle's tacticals, Newcastle's ult, and, I mean, Storm is just a damn good Newcastle player.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I'm not going to shit on that too much. I think it is a pick as long as it's played correctly.
Yes.
Moving on, though, to I'm really interested by this conduit pick. I really, really am.
Conduit, huh?
Whoops, not conduit. That is catalyst.
Yes, it is.
Hey, listen. Again, I'm getting the names close to right.
Yeah, you're almost there. You got the right starting letters.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have not played Apex. I dumped 300
no,
hours into Hitman 3 and the Hitman trilogy. So
Are you
my
okay?
apology. No. Am I really good at Hitman now, though? Yes. Either way. Either way. Either way.
I'd say this is a worthwhile trade-off.
Yeah. Exactly. Pretty good looking. Like just setup here. Catalyst has been strong in the past, has been very strong, especially for the holding position. So if they're planning to be more positions, to be more like this is our
Passive.
this is our zone, this is where we stand.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we know that ladder points matter here. Playing a spot and holding that spot matter in this game a lot.
Yes.
Especially during those final
like final ring or two.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you can make it to the top 3 teams, and because you are a positionally defensive team, you make it to that top 2, even if you wipe out the entire other team, getting second place versus third place, especially at the end.
Huge point difference.
Huge point difference. Massive. So, if they can make it to endgame, they have positional advantage.
Yes.
What matters here, too, though, is we have to look at the ring right now. Ring right now
is heavily favoring them, actually, from the looks of it.
It keeps favoring their side, but as it tends to, you have your larger ring that's sides of part of the map.
Yep.
This secondary ring, this ring here is actually very centralized. They're in a fight.
They do be fighting.
Yep.
It's sort of hard to tell when we can't hear, but
sorry,
they're taking
folks.
the Newcastle right off the bat. Ash Portal to get out from the looks of it.
I think that other team is,
Yeah, they are
Ash.
booking it right now.
They are trying to keep their distance.
That's 2 knocks. Or nope, that's 1 knock. Yes, that is 1 knock.
Yeah.
Yep. That is a very good start to this fight, though, getting us some points on the board right off the bat. Free damage on our Evos as well.
They have been taking a look at this other team that is
for
sat
quite a
up
while
over here.
now.
Exactly. And when they saw this team push out of Geyser towards this town, they thought, hey, it's a good moment to take some shots, get a player out, which, I mean, anyone out is points for the team. That's awesome. But now they have to deal with this other team that is holding these buildings and will likely push them.
I'm surprised. We're being scouted by a crypto drone here. Does that mean our friends from Survey Camp have come to join the party?
Very possibly. But I don't know. The crypto pick is interesting. I haven't seen enough gameplay to see why crypto has been such a large pick.
I think it's just having that free information before you do try and dive or go anywhere, especially with how fast the fights develop. Currently, it's the lowered TTK.
Yes, we do have a lower TTK. Another part of this update is that the TTK is through the floor. TTK being time to kill. Just for anyone who's tuning in and doesn't know. Time to kill being my gun can put out enough damage in X amount of time to knock a person.
In this amount of time.
On average, right?
Yes.
The average shield level of any player is blue. And so if you assume blue shields, what, 100 extra health?
75.
75. So 175 health. How much time does it take for a gun to peel through that, right? As we can see, they are trying to crack into these, like clamshelled house here.
Yes, they are.
Deciding to push through the
This
catalyst.
seems like a very poor choice in my eyes, though I don't think I see C getting out of this alive. Yes.
They're trying so hard, but I think
it's almost worth backing off and not
pick up that recover and get out of there.
Yeah, that's my thought. The problem is, where do you recover? We're already going into ring 3, which leaves a lot of poor decisions on respawn.
Yeah, that team was very willing to sit cold in that building, so I think if we had held another
and that's
building,
a duo as well. That's just unfortunate.
I think they took out one of them. That's why.
No, because we don't have. There's no respawn. It's just a duo.
Oh, that's fair. Well, it happens. I think it was a push into a closed-off building that was well prepared for people to be pushing. And that's a mistake. But it happens. We are learning.
I think if we could have put more needs into that back area, that would have been huge.
Absolutely. Sorry, excuse the cough if you do hear that. Now, the other thing I do want to look at, so, yeah, okay, it's a little interesting sometimes with Ring. Because the next ring is always going to be within the last ring.
Yes.
but I always find that you have your initial ring, which is centralized or off to one of the corners, right? And then your next ring, whichever side that next ring picks, in this case it was over by us,
Yep.
the ring after that will never be on that same side. It will typically be around here, and it's going to focus on points of interest in open land. It'll try, every time they try to cut out about 50% of the points of interest or buildings within the ring, and keep about 50% of it open land, 50% buildings. Eventually, final rings will land with one building, maybe two, just due to density. And then it'll try to force a lot of open land with a lot of non-overlapping open land.
Yes.
So a road that has an open space underneath it, we try to avoid things like that because then you can have one team under, one team on top. They have no way of interacting with each other because the storm is closed so much that it's not even worth it pushing out.
Yes.
Either way, as we can see, we have CSULB black. I see it. CSULB black. They have one with 2 assists, another one. Oh, whoops, that's not even the same team. J and K are 2 kills. It looks like each, I think. Oh no, 3 kills in total. So that's SDM
their
was their
squad
kill.
wipe. Yep.
And then from there we have. It looks like this is a bit of a bunker team where we have our conduit and 2.
Conduit
and
full
Gibby.
support meta. I can see the idea here, though I would be lying if I said I didn't fully understand it.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Either way, interesting posting up on this rock over here. They are in ring now, though. And then moving on to the next team. Ooh, a little bit of a tough situation for Fregley here.
Yes, this is going to be a tough recovery. I
think
I see the idea here. I'm curious to see if it works for them, though, because they might. It looks like he's waiting for the second ult charge.
Ult. Absolutely is. We'll check in on Fregley in a little bit.
Looks like Georgia's not doing much better here.
Georgia Tech in a bit of a tight situation. Ooh, but we do see them with a Kraber.
Ooh, 2 rounds left, though. There's not, as much as I love the Kraber, there's not much you can do. It's only 2 rounds left.
They are on top of another team, though. They're on top of that team that took out SDM. We're going to have to see if this Bangalore is going to be able to get into a position where they can take full advantage of using this Kraber. Some awesome little wall bounces there.
I think the only problem is even if you grab a position where you can abuse this Kraber, 2 rounds, you can't stay in that position long. You immediately lose your way to defend yourself.
But, I mean, 2 rounds right now. We're seeing a lot of duos,
Fair.
singles. You get a team wipe, more points to you.
Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
2 clean shots, and you're done. You know?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how they use this. Looks like they want to focus on getting to ring, which is a good choice.
Yes.
And that other team is being pushed by some type of Ash. There's that team that took out SDM. Let's see if they get a headshot in on this Valk. They might be deciding against it.
I would not blame them. As a solo holding very close to the edge of ring, you cannot afford to be found right now.
Fregley respawning.
Fregley is
getting the respawn
he
on
got
their
the
teammates.
respawn off. I don't know if it's going to be
very out in the open.
Yes, it looks like they're not going to live to tell the tale
And they are not
through this
going
ring.
to be within. They're still recovering, though. We'll have to see what happens here. I don't think Fregley's going to be a respawn here, though. Let's be honest.
I don't think you're going to see the
This
respawn.
might
I
be-
don't think you're going to see this team live.
This looks like free points for another team, is what I'm seeing.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Yeah.
There's not much you can really do to recover this.
Well, as we can see, hey, Spectre
hugging
Domain.
ring for dear life. It seems like he traded out that Kraber. Cannot blame him.
Yeah, fair. Though those death boxes weren't there before. Was that a set of kills that we missed?
I believe it was.
Sad day. Unfortunate, but.
Nah, you weren't unfortunate. They removed my 1x hollow.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
That pains me to my soul, even if nobody else liked it. That's my optic.
my optic. I stand on this ground.
Exactly. That was the best optic to run with SMGs and shotguns, and I will not accept anything else.
That's fair.
Though if I remember correctly, you can, in theory, still find it on Stormpoint.
Interesting.
Because you can still get it as loot from the spiders.
They
forgot that.
So we still have this all support team chilling up top. No worries in the world.
You can't
and then
really
the
fault
other
the team
two
comp.
squads are 2 singles.
Oh, this might be an easy
There's
win
no,
for UT.
it might be. It really might be. UT Tyler Varsity. I mean, good for them. I will say, however, are we gonna see rat intermingling action here? Nope. The rats are on either side.
No. I will say I don't know if there's much either of these singles can do to recover this.
Absolutely not. I mean,
Like even with a Bengal, you're facing up against a Gibby. You don't win
you've got
this.
Dome, and Gibby has, of course, Gibby's ult.
Yeah,
No,
well, it
Gibby's ult
doesn't-
is not charged right now.
Exactly. I'm curious what they did to. Oh, it looks like they did end up spotting that Bangalore.
Yep. Bangalore on the other team has been spotted. That's a
Ooh,
mirage.
smart.
Don't fall for it.
Problem is you can't really afford to
Worry about it. Hey,
exactly.
but that ult being used to push up and get them off their back is probably a good choice. Of course.
Yep, seeing the
Conduit.
conduit to hold them
Eesh.
out of ring. It looks like they
Owie,
might.
owie, ow. Yeah.
That's a mirage clone. The problem is you can't get enough cover to really.
And they
It
found
looks
the
like-
other rat.
Does look like they're diving on it. I can't blame them. This is a beautiful opportunity for them to just profit.
Yep.
Oh,
Win for UT Tyler.
I-
Good job.
I'm curious to see how these guys end up playing out in the next couple rounds.
I am as well. So, I'm going to be honest with you. What? Do we have audio? We do have audio.
We
Okay,
have
cool.
audio, yeah.
Sorry, I got afraid there for a second. Hopefully the casters have been audible this entire time.
I really hope so.
Would be funny if they weren't.
I mean, our mic's going. We're good.
Mics are going.
Hopefully.
Here's hoping. Things are broken all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a stream without scuff. Come on now.
Absolutely not. Either way, what we saw there was pretty interesting. I don't think we've seen a 3 support
No, that's the
win
first one.
in a long time.
That's the first one I've seen in a while. That's the first team comp like that I've seen this season alone.
Exactly. That may be a meta playing meta here, where what we saw was the old meta, which hyper defensive is always a way to play. In every single game that's competitive,
Yes.
defensive is always a choice. And it's not a bad choice. It's just that clearly Apex is pushing for that aggression. They want more aggressive plays. And so, of course, everything's been, we've got our Ashe hyper aggression. We've got our crazies, you know. But that team made the choice to play defensive. And I think what ended up happening in their favor was we had all these aggressive teams, hyper-aggressive teams, taking each other out or whittling down each other's numbers. As we saw, we only had 2 solo rats at the end there.
Exactly. Like this is a very much a meta where either your entire team is wiped out or your entire team is never coming back.
Exactly.
You don't get a chance to respawn. And I think
Even though we did see good use of a respawn there.
Yes,
but it
we
ended up
did.
being a rat, and it ended up being we fed points to another team.
Yeah.
Is that what we want to be doing?
No. But I mean, what do you really do
standings
though?
should be updated here soon. But legend pick rates, as
Yep,
we expected,
Ashe
this is a terrible graphic. Ashe was
yeah.
picked 6 times out of our, I think it's like 38 players we've got right now.
Yeah.
Per hamp, I don't know.
Yes, about 32 is what we got.
32. So, I mean, six picks for Ashe, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 teams. So,
half
6 of
of our
11 teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 50% pick rate is crazy high. But it's hyper aggression, and that
Exactly.
team played into the waiting game.
It's a strat. I
They took
can't
advantage
knock
of it.
them because it does work out in their favor. They had great
Clearly.
positioning by the end.
Yeah.
I think they did end up lucking out with how Ring treated them there.
Absolutely.
Though that's why I'm curious to see how they end up performing in future rounds, because if they can continue to pull this kind of performance, I might have to give credit back to the triple support meta.
We will absolutely have to keep our eyes on UT Tyler today.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, looks like we're heading into another match. We're going to stay here for a moment while they go through their character selection choices. I'm expecting Mines is likely going to stick with the same
No,
card.
I don't see them switching. We are a
Not
very
yet.
stubborn group. I'll be
We are
honest
stubborn.
with you.
It's not a bad thing to be stubborn. It's not a bad thing to be really good at one set of characters. But I do
Yes.
think some of our characters could be changed out or tried for some new
Absolutely.
stuff.
I will.
And not be seen as a meme comp, something like a
Yeah.
Fuse, Maggie, and what was it earlier today? You guys played in
Fuse,
NECC.
Maggie, and Bangalore was our
Yeah.
3.
So we're gonna throw things at you,
Yes.
Magic Wizard style kind of
Yes.
team comp.
I feel like we should provide a little bit of context there. There's one specific team in that lobby that no one could kill. I mean, they went flawless several times. We're not losing.
Crazy.
So it's like, what do you do at that point? You kind of just
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Absolutely. So standings here. Let's see if it has been updated. UT Tyler on top right now with 19 points.
Ooh.
MST Gold number 2 with 14 points after that first game, and UMN Varsity with 10 points. I will say SDM is
8th.
8th right now, which is not bad out of 11 with 4 points.
Yep. Hopefully.
Right now we see a lot of doubles of points. We 5-5, 4-4, and then 2-2.
Yes. I'm hoping we can see a better showing this game.
I think we will. These guys are good. They're gonna pick it up. They're just getting back into rhythm. Excuse me, rhythm again.
Yep.
And we'll see. So heading into this match again, we are expecting them to land in Climatizer. I'm not looking at the right team.
No,
again.
you are not. There we go.
SCM Varsity.
Right there.
Perfect. Yeah, we're not leaving this ship for a little bit.
Can't say I blame them because
Yeah.
it does look like we also get hot drop right off bat.
Hey, that's
which,
nice.
Yeah, you can never complain about getting a hot drop.
Absolutely. When so many games end on this side of the map around Epicenter, specifically around, of course, Museum, I think is what it's called now.
Is it?
Monument.
Monument.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
I was about to say, I think I know what you're talking about.
I think of it as museum because after Ballistics they added like the
little museum
Thunderdome
area.
museum thing, and got rid of construction site.
Yeah, it makes sense. I still hate Fragment. You will never see me landing Fragment, and I will avoid it with a fiery passion.
This
But
is fair. This is very, very fair. So it looks like, once again, Flatline P20 off drop.
Yep.
Nemesis Volt. Nemesis, again, we didn't really talk about this last time, but Nemesis is like top AR right now.
Oh, yeah. No, all the ARs are great. Like, I don't think you're going to see anyone turning down an AR currently. I know, me personally, I haven't been running the Nemesis very hard, but that's because I've been running a very aggressive Maggie. So I've been running something like a Flatline or an R3 that can compete with an SMG at close range. Because as much as I love the Nemesis, it does still kind of struggle in that close range area.
That is fair. I'm going to experiment with something real quick if you want to keep chatting about that.
All right.
I'm just going to see if I can get a player cam, perhaps.
Ooh, maybe we can dream,
There's
but
a
I mean,
chance if my brain remembers how to do this.
in the meantime, like I said, every weapon's been buffed. Everything can be viable. Obviously, metas are going to form. You're going to have certain weapons come into favor. I know I've been seeing the Rampage come into play a lot here, especially with assaults carrying free grenades. There is now no downside to carrying thermites for your Rampage, making it kind of a beast at close range at times. Though I will say you're still not beating out the EVA. I know I've done several squad wipes practically solo with just a decently kitted EVA. So I'm very interested to see if we can see some of that gameplay.
Yep. Looks like we do have a Mastiff here. Flatline Mastiff is going to be a bit interesting. Mastiff is, of course, not preferred compared to the EVA 8.
Nope, but I do think EVA 8s are not particularly hard to come across these days.
No,
it may take some time.
It'll probably be a, we're going to replace this one.
Yep, and it makes sense. The Mastiff, all the attachments transfer, besides maybe like a boosted loader.
Yeah.
But
closest competition right now is in Epicenter with CU Boulder. Is CU Boulder claimed survey as well? Is that what
yes, they
Okay.
have claimed survey, and looks like they've claimed these little crates up in the tunnels.
Yeah.
That's a wide claim. I can't say I blame them,
Yeah.
especially because it seems like all the teams are very spread out looking at this drop.
It is
Except
super
for
interesting.
Sky. Skyhook is
Skyhook is
absolutely
absolutely
packed.
full of people right now, with Sky West being claimed by UU White, Sky East being claimed by our favorites, UT Tyler right now, people who just won last match.
Yep.
And then Trials being claimed by...
Also UU White.
Okay, interesting. Why is it a different
Still-
color? Don't know.
Still, or no, it's not. I think it's just how the map looks for us.
It's different. That's different. Those are different
No,
colors.
it's because you have the hill
Those are
right
different
there.
colors.
Anyways. I mean, you can pull it up on the map. You can go look at the colors.
That's fair. Well, I did. Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm still surprised to see a contested drop, especially when we have only half a lobby. So, in theory, you really shouldn't be seeing that many teams fighting until the last couple
Looks like an enemy has been spotted at Epicenter, as expected. This is Bryce and Boulder.
I will not. Yep, I would not be surprised if it is. We did already lose once to these people, so I hope we do not do that again.
Yep. We pushed in pretty heavy off the bat, but I have not seen said people. They might have just been pinging for like movement purposes.
Yep.
Because sometimes that double click comes out a little quicker than the single, or you just get a little spasmy. Either way, they're checking ring location. The good use of a catalyst, though, is figuring out where you're going next. It's always good, especially since they are playing rather positionally strong, or at least they're kind of playing into a positional strength.
Yep.
It's good to make sure you are getting your ring checkers, and also that gets you. Does that not get you Evo, or am I crazy?
Yes, it does get you some Evo.
Yeah, because playing into your character's traits is
yes.
Evo winner.
Evo gets you Evo, which is especially useful since they did up the Evo requirement to get the purple now. Since you can no longer level up to red just regularly.
Yep.
Yep.
And unsurprisingly, we did spot that EVA 8 or the Massive get traded out for that EVA 8 at a shotgun.
Yep.
They're called Arsenals. Correct?
Yes.
See, I have not touched this game in like 3 months. Either way, I still things don't change in shooters when it comes down to positional awareness. So luckily, I can still do that kind of stuff.
That's why I keep up to date on the patch notes, because it does provide some good information on weapon usage and
meta, especially.
Oh yeah,
Nemesis and EVA 8 being a meta pick for weapons, especially now.
Absolutely.
Those 2x bruisers will give good distance on the Nemesis, and the Nemesis is a steady fire at long range. It is a good AR.
Me personally, I prefer the 3x on the Nemesis just to get that little bit of extra reach.
Totally fair. I think someone else has those hunter sights on the Nemesis right now.
Yes,
Nathan.
the 2 to 4. Yep.
Looks like, and Nathan running the R9, as we talked about earlier, the R9 is A, back on the ground, B, still a menace.
I'm not surprised to see him rolling with it. He has been doing incredible with that R9 at close range.
Yep. The TTK having gone down really does encourage SMG play, even if they try to pull the numbers down on damage done by SMGs.
Though they did buff every SMG. I'm surprised we're not seeing a car out of use here more, because they did end up giving the car its laser back, which is huge in terms of just usage.
And the car's ability to play nicely with both heavy and light ammo is pretty important, honestly.
Especially with how the arsenals are rolling. You can upgrade at both now, meaning you're basically guaranteed a purple R9 by the time you hit 3rd, maybe 4th ring.
Absolutely. I'm going to take a look real quick and see if I've missed.
Does not look like we've missed much other than Stream Elements.
Yeah. Other than Stream Elements yelling at me because I did not update the information properly.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out audio problems. That's still something I'm going to figure out.
Yeah,
later.
no, we really got to figure that out.
Yeah, we really got to figure that out, especially with a couple things to talk about is
the enemy's right in front of us, so it's a pretty good thing to talk about.
Yes, good choice.
It looks like we're already putting damage out. Does look to be a Newcastle.
Another Newcastle pick. Again, we were talking about we didn't think we'd be seeing a lot of support defensive picks. Really good arc there.
Yes, beautiful use of the snare as well.
Yep.
Does look like we're dropping the Newcastle wall. I'm surprised we're not seeing the ultimate pop out from our Ash here.
Good knock from our Ash. I think our Ash does need to back up and rely on the team a little bit, though.
That is one of the major downsides you are seeing with a lot of Ash currently, is that
Ash is just so fast.
Exactly.
So
you can't keep with your team if you try and heavily aggress on a fight.
Yep. If they don't get on that, though, that Newcastle...
that Newcastle just went down. Yeah.
Did go down.
They got to absolutely send
Storm
it now if they want to finish it off.
Absolutely. I don't think that Newcastle got that other teammate up, so they've got to make sure they're in there.
Yep. Looks like I'm surprised to see Seed being as aggressive with no shields on him. But, I mean, whatever does the job at the end of the day.
Good for him. No, I mean, we need a push. We need to be aggressive.
Looks like we're actually playing smart here and getting out. because
I did
Ring
see
is
another
coming
team.
in right behind us here.
Yep, and there's another team holding in front of them even further ahead. So if they can get,
Yep,
uh,
does look like they were trying to hold off this choke point.
yep. So if they get through this choke and they can keep moving, and of course, our Ash is light years ahead of everyone
Oh,
else here.
surprising absolutely no one. It doesn't help that none of our team, other than our Ash, has movement abilities. So
Yeah,
it is
it
very
does make it
easy to
rough.
lose track of your team. And
But this is
this season in general, we've been playing a lot more spread out, which I think has caused some problems.
But this is why you see picks for people like Conduit too, is because Conduit was supposed to be a support that's like, hey, we know supports are usually slow, so we're even though we're giving the assaults more movement, we're
or-
gonna give you a little bit of movement too if they get a little too far
Yeah.
ahead. So
Double evac tower. I'm surprised to see that only because this might leave us with very few options coming
I
up on
mean,
these next few rings.
that's true. But they did spot where the rings were supposed to go, and they did as much as they tried to get those points. They know they need to be thinking positionally again.
Yes.
They are a positional team.
Does
They
look
can't
like they're
be
heading
running
for
in the
that
open,
Evo
so-
Harvester too.
Yep, here
So
get some Evo along the way. Stick to the edge of ring here.
does,
See
hitting that
what
crafter real quick.
What are they crafting over here?
Meds, ammo, anything of use. Yeah, it does
Yep,
look like
looks
to be
like it.
ammo. I can't say I blame them. You are kind of unlikely to find energy ammo in the last ring, and with
Especially, and they're also lacking something like a Lobo, which we talked about is a pretty high pick rate right now.
yes,
So they can't get meds reliably right now.
yeah, but
Ooh, and if they're stuck out with another team,
it does look like we're seeing some shots across, though they don't
yep.
seem to be spotted just yet.
Hey, if they can get,
Oh.
let's see, taking a look to the right here, up top, they are in a good spot to hold position, so they can
The
get up
problem is
there.
they can't afford to with this ring.
That is fair, but you're right. They can't hold this right now. But if that other team that just res decides to push up here to try and push around
Yes.
to the next ring, they have advantage.
I
Either
think
way,
this can work if you're trying to gatekeep a team, but it does leave
Absolutely.
you very vulnerable for when you do eventually have to get into that next ring.
absolutely. I mean, it's never a good thing if you're pushing through a choke point like this going uphill.
Yeah.
But
Ask the Civil War veterans how that goes for you.
ask literally any war veterans how
Yeah.
that goes, and typically the response
Oh.
is not well.
No, typically not.
ooh,
Seeing that
golden
gold
barrel,
shotgun
though.
bolt.
Yeah, gold bolt. That's
It's an
nice.
interesting barrel there.
I'm gonna blow you up with my mind. Using my mind power. Oh, caster cam isn't on. It would
My
be great if it was.
pancakes.
My pancakes. Yeah, no.
It looks
So-
like we are trying to jump into the most advantageous position we can get here.
Just getting into ring, hyper mobile here.
Does-
Whoa, whole lot of teams holding
This-
it out though.
If this is the ring I think it is going to be, this is going to be a very rough ring for us to hold. We've been caught here a couple times in ranked, and while this position does last for a decent amount of time, the moment next ring comes in, you are going to get blasted because there is very little cover to hold here.
That is true. That is very
Speak
true.
of the devil, we're already taking shots over here.
Yep, it's hard to stay in cover. Again, that hashtag trying to pull people
Yes.
into the open, being annoying as hell.
It seems like they traded their double ult for a double ash tag, which
Yeah,
interesting choice. I can't say.
I believe our team did do the same though.
I guess we shall see.
It does look like we have
yeah,
a double
it does
attack
look like
and a double dash instead
Yes.
of the double ult.
that. I think that's what I'm confused because I'm still thinking of pre-nerf where you could double attack or double ult.
They're keeping their eyes on this side, especially this choke.
That
to make sure no one's
this
coming
is
up
gonna
around
be rough for them to cross here, though.
Absolutely, try and get rid
Oh,
of
they
that
found a rat above them.
drone. No, that was just that
that was
just
a
a crypto
drone?
drone. Yep.
Oh, okay.
But they are keeping their eyes on the entrance from that tunnel. I would absolutely love if I can remember. I think it's L. Nope. That's
Nope.
nope. I will check between games in our next one for the controls. But in the future, I will try and get all the teams to be displayed through the walls for us, because I know I can do that. Looks like they
Ooh.
are ulting to move, though, rotating back into the
I
final
like
ring.
this play. This can be a very powerful position depending on how your team ends up looking at mod.
Yep, and as we talked, I mean, final ring always ends up with a couple buildings in it, and
Yep.
this will likely be split down, hopefully, to their side.
I'd like to see if we can get one charged up, a Newcastle on that open wall right there, that'd give them a lot of leeway to hold here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then they can keep their eyes on those doors. In the meantime, we do know that there's another team over there taking shots
Yep.
on Storm. And we also have, it looks like Ash is now taking a look, seeing what they can do. Maggie, as usual, being annoying.
I will say I do not like this setup only because this is a game of attrition. We're going to lose to any team with a Loba.
Yep. Also, we're pretty open right now. As you said, without that wall right there, this is a rough spot.
Yes.
So it might be advantageous to hold this little...
this underground area for a second.
Not even the underground area. They're looking at this small little ship back here. Not ship. Car back there. Right there. It's not marked on the map as a building like other buildings.
Yep.
But it is a good place to hold. It is
It's
outside
out of
ring.
Yes.
Give and take,
We'll just slowly die to ring. Won't let you guys get the points.
Be in ring and have no walls.
Yep.
Be out of ring, walls.
I feel like I prefer the no walls, because at least then I have a chance to not die.
New preposition, actually. Would you prefer walls, all the walls you could need, right?
Okay.
In ring.
Okay.
Or walls. Walls, but no walls.
Walls, but no wall. I wish you guys could have just seen the face of utter confusion I made there.
Yeah. As we can see, they are holding position well. They've found that hiding on the far side of the building is giving them more play.
Does seem like they're diving a team, though, which is...
Very possibly looks like it.
Does look like it, yeah. It looks... I'm curious to see how this looks out for them, because I can't say I like this idea. Ash sneaking behind. It looks like we're getting flanked in the meantime.
Yep, quite a lot happening.
You can see that Evo putting in work.
And here we see that Ash dash getting you behind another team, giving you advantage. If they had stayed on the other side of that shield, clearly they didn't even notice that the Ash went through. So that was a good push.
They are getting crypto droned.
They're getting crypto droned, but that is, I think, just going to be life for a little bit.
And it does look like they've claimed the power position here.
They have. It looks like every other team right now is in a busy fight.
I can't. Yeah, this is a packed ring for.
Their only competition appears to be UTT here, in the blue. I mean, yeah, they're looting. They're prepping in the meantime.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you really can do right
see
now.
If I can. Yeah, they're just hiding. I'm trying to see if I can peek around corners. Oh, a res going down right now.
I think it is ours.
Might be a distraction, though.
Yes, just to give some cover, maybe a distraction.
Covering this other side, too. They know they're trying to be aware, but I believe
this is a hard position to try and hold from all angles.
Yeah, CSU is going to push around. CSU is their most likely to push into SDM right now if they go around the outside.
It does seem like there's a lot of squads fighting to the left here.
Ooh.
Even some free damage to put on.
Absolutely,
Could be nice.
Anything and everything they can get out of this, damage or otherwise, is good.
Yep.
That crypto ult not hitting us.
Oh, looks like we've got MST gone.
But unfortunately, CSU is holding behind us, as I suspected. They've got to get their eyes on them.
I do believe they've figured it out.
Storm's got it. That's good.
A double snare does look to be a ballistic on that team as well.
Yep, other team hasn't somehow jumped over them. Thought it did. I can't see shadows.
I can't say I'm terribly surprised, if only because it's almost more important with a ballistic on your team to get that dart hit.
Yeah.
Because being able to silence, especially an Ash, but anyone in general, is a huge advantage.
Super huge. Super huge. But they've pushed him off. They've told him, hey, we don't want you coming up here. And, I mean, Storm is doing a good job keeping his eyes out.
Yep. I will say I'm not liking this little game of attrition we're doing here.
I don't think we can hold it. And, of course, Mirage, bamboozling.
Yep.
Bamboozling.
Thankfully, I don't think they gained any information they didn't already have. So.
Yep. Good hit on CSU. Watch out for that frag.
Oh, that hurt hard, yeah.
Which we don't like seeing, especially at the end here.
We do have our own nades. I hope we can put some use into them.
I think they want to get this ring a little smaller, and I don't think that other team's going to be climbing up the wall behind them, though I hope they have someone keeping their eyes
Ooh,
out.
we do have a Havoc on hand, though.
Yeah, absolute mess of a fight happening down there, though, so we'll have to see what happens. I'm trying to use this third person to give us some angles of what these
Over
little
the wall
sneaks are
here,
up to.
yep.
Whoop, we didn't want to see the inside of Catalyst's mouth.
Some people do.
That was nope. You're banned
Anyways.
from talking. Repositioning into this massive
diving
firefight.
into a fight. I do not like this idea. Yeah, that
yup.
did not do us any favors.
It's okay. So who did they lose out to there?
That is a good question.
That fight,
Looks to be
whoa, as expected. So we saw that for quite a while, but there was a mess happening in those
UCSC,
buildings.
I believe, is who we ended up losing
Okay.
out to.
I didn't know if that was UT Tyler again.
No.
Because UT Tyler, that looked to be another team that was holding a very defensive position inside of a building. That was good, though. We made it up to top 10. I believe it was top 5, actually.
I do not believe so. I think we were top.
I
I
think
think we were
we're
sixth
fifth.
squad.
That
Because
would be
they dropped
sad.
this squad right before.
Well, because it dropped the squad
or
right after.
Yes.
So that
we
would
would
put
have
us
been
at 5.
sixth.
Because
Well, because there was 4 squads.
I can't
They
count.
dropped. They dropped the squad, which was 5. We were died at 6.
Counting is not important.
No,
No, it is.
I don't know. We're in college.
Absolute mess of a final ring.
Yeah, no. With
Just
how
trying
many
to find-
teams are topped up here, I can't say I'm surprised. Yeah.
UT Tyler back at it again. So we did not see them inside that building. They were not the defensive that
No.
we pushed in on, but they were playing defensive against defensive, just kind of like peeking, taking shots at each other. It looked like an absolute mess on that building. But
Yes.
at the final end of the day, when it comes down to it, I don't know. The defensive plays are playing well. I think it's because we are in a league where aggression is, at least in this league, aggression is not so first place
No.
that defensive actually still works really
Yes.
well. That just lasting out. So, I mean, Storm's Newcastle pick is still a very valid pick, especially from what we are seeing. Catalyst, I think the only problem this time around was that we were not rotating 2 points and 2 rings fast enough, and we were leaving
Yes.
ourselves in positions that are just hard to play. Otherwise, we were doing well. We got
Yeah.
kills. We did a good job that time
Good
around.
placement. I'd like to think we got a better standing from
Absolutely.
that game.
I think that was a top 10 placement, which I don't think we had last time. So this was super, super cool to see. Real unfortunate, though.
Yeah.
Just at the end there, I think it just came down to positioning. And
yeah, I'm
we didn't
surprised
have
we
it.
dived that. I think we still had a ring at that time.
No, we were very much pushed out from the ring. Ring was closing in on their fence, and it was pushing them out. They were pinched between a fence and ring, and so they climbed up, and then they right over. And
Right
they saw an
into
open
another
building.
team.
They didn't know the other team was there. They'd heard
Yeah.
the firefights, but it probably stopped a little bit, and now we're here.
Yeah.
On to game 3. My hand is not in cam.
No, it is
3.
not.
Um,
Oh, no, that bugs me. Our cam is our outline's ever so slightly off.
it's the zoom. I zoomed us.
Wow.
I had to zoom us.
Wow, all
Because
right.
if you zoom out, you're gonna get all the
Well, you don't like that nice wall over there?
the foam, the
The
wall, the
Yeah,
falling
yeah.
apart chair.
Yeah.
Donate to us.
We like money?
We like money. We're already hopping into the next game. I mean, they've been playing well. They've been playing
Yeah.
well.
No,
As-
we've been doing solid. I'm liking this. I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
proud of this one. I have, nothing against our dear Hard Rockers, commentated a couple times where I'm like, wow,
I believe
I'm
you commentated
commentating-
with me.
I'm commentating other teams more
Yes.
than I'm commentating
I
the Hard
believe
Rockers.
the first match I ever commentated, I was with you,
Uh-huh.
and I don't
Probably.
think we got anything above maybe a 14th place or 15th place.
That happens. It happens. While I'm here, in the meantime, Toggle Free Cam is brackets.
Man's finding all the button combos right now.
Hey, they're really good.
No, they do be nice.
And I know our players can't hear us, so I'm going to be using stuff like next ring availability and all that fun.
Yeah.
jazz. In the meantime,
I promise you, Octane, we are not cheating. Please don't ban us.
we're our spectators. Anyway, no, as we're seeing it more too. We're seeing more picks for defensive. I see now 3
I'm liking the Maggie. I'm seeing
Storm-
some Maggie here.
Storm Castles. I've been
Castle,
playing
yep.
Elden Ring. Please what? Newcastle. I'm just gonna stop. It's Newcastle.
It's
Anyway,
Newcastle. It's Newcastle.
I'm normal.
We're here casting Apex for a college.
You're right. I'm not normal.
No, none of us are normal here.
Either way, they're doing well this time. They
no,
really
they
are.
are. I'm curious. Where are we standing at?
Ooh, you're
believe
right.
standings
Let's take a
are
look at the standings real
updated.
quick. They should be updated now.
Looks like we have moved from 8 to 7. That's something.
That's called progress.
That is,
Upwards
and we're only,
movement.
and it's 1 point difference between a lot of these placements right now.
It really is.
Other than
It
UT
really
Tyler,
is.
who is dominating with a 20-point lead on second place.
A second win can do. A second first
Yeah.
place win does do that to you.
Yeah, no, they are going absolutely bonkers right now.
Sorry, I'm finding STM Varsity.
You almost
We're
had
still
it.
landing. But no, I mean 7th place. 7th. That's awesome. We moved up.
Yep. I want to see his top. I want to see his top 5.
I'm just
That's
saying.
my goal for the day.
I'm just saying. When Ash stock go up, you know, we're
Yep.
doing
Yeah.
good.
Ash stock go up. Ash has gone from I forgot she existed to we're getting pushed.
Yeah, she's real.
Yeah. She's
So-
no longer a figment of my imagination. She can now hurt me.
Yep.
My therapist lied to me.
My therapist lied. Ash is here. Yeah, I think the game is a little quiet, though. I am going to, again, sorry, gamers, we can't hear the game. So I'm just going to...
We're going to assume.
Bring the game... Whoa, that's
No, that's
loud
a
game
bit
audio.
much. Yeah.
Can they do things? Get into a firefight.
Good luck with that one, Chief.
That's true. Either way, I think we've got game audio. That's reasonable level. Anyway, as we can see, we are back at Epicenter. We are also going to, real quick, check it out, gamers. I can free
we
cam
can
us.
fly.
We can fly.
Can we turn on our names, though? That is the question.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome. Look at that, gamers. Oh, that's what I love to see. So, pretty typical. I'm probably going to stick around on our players for a little bit. Just for the sake,
This is we are technically streaming for our players. We should focus on them.
my brain wasn't working. What I meant to say is I'm going to stick around on this type of camera for a little bit until end ring. Now that we have that, I can actually highlight everyone, which is good to see. Also, we should be able to see teams kind of through walls now, like in this view. They won't be able to. We will, though.
Yep.
That way, we have a better idea on who's where, what do we expect, and you're not seeing the map open up as much. Either way, typical start. We're getting what we expected. Nemesis, R9, seeing those again. Typical. We've got Nathan, R9, Nemesis.
R9 Nemesis.
Same thing. Hey, treated us well last time.
Yep.
And
Ari.
Mozam, RE45.
Okay,
RE45.
I have some questions here.
I have seen. Listen, I will not diss the RE45. It is a.
I will diss it only because there's no hammer points.
Not anymore. That is true. But I mean, as it goes for a pistol, it is still an SMG by class, pretty much.
It is still basically an SMG.
It's an SMG that's smaller, takes up less space on your screen, and I'm not gonna lie, Storm does cook with it.
Yep.
Storm cooks with the RE45, so I respect the pick.
No,
That's all I gotta
absolutely.
say about it.
My only comment is if you put a sight on that thing, Storm.
There's a sight on it. It's a good
Storm.
sight. That's a fine sight.
But the default sight's so good.
The default is good, but a sight is still a sight.
Yeah,
he's
you
gonna
get a
be
sight
fine.
on the pistol.
Yeah, okay. But the pistol natural zoom is not as high as that zoom. One-time zoom, pistol natural zoom, I think is a. I did, but don't remember. I think it's 0.5. Or
Is it actually?
One-time
zoom doesn't even zoom in though. As I thought.
No.
One times
all
does.
times is a zoom.
Okay.
How do I explain this? It's like the number of magnifications of the screen. So if you have a half magnification, it does bring your FOV tighter, right?
Just barely.
But barely. The unit isn't. I don't know it off the top of my head, but a one-time zoom brings in 100% of that unit, and then
Okay.
a two-time zoom is 200% of that unit.
Okay.
And then that's why most guns do. Some guns do naturally have a higher than one-time zoom. And those are guns that you don't see people putting your white hollows on all that often. I can't remember which ones they are. I do actually believe that the R3 is one of them, though, where technically it has a zoom that is equivalent, if not close to, a one times naturally. But
I mean, I'd still
hey,
want a 1x hollow personally,
yeah,
but
it also becomes personal flavor of like, do I like this optic?
yeah,
And I think Storm cooks with the RE45. I'm not an RE45 user myself, but I'm gonna say Storm
I
has the right to pick on this one.
yes, I subscribe to the RE45 personally, specifically when it's got something going for it.
That's completely fair. I think, well, with the double purple right now and
Yes,
Storm's previous plays with the RE45, wish I could pull up that clip
this
where he like squad wiped with it in
I can't say I
Storm
hate the
Point.
weapon combo here. I'm just very skeptical of its usefulness because it
Yeah.
very much limits you to almost point blank range.
Yeah, I do believe it is a dual Mozams as well, which
It is.
good to see.
I double Mozams have kind of fallen off this season. In all honesty,
Yeah, they have.
they're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I still think I prefer them over a Mastiff currently,
Absolutely.
but with the removal of hammer points has definitely kicked them off their high horse.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I think they had to remove hammer points though to make sure that things like the dual wielding is not disgusting.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like at the same time though, you could have just removed it off the dual wield weapons because RE45 could have kept it,
yeah.
and then you could have transitioned it over to something
The
like
RE45 had it was a P20 in the Mozam.
RE45 had it as well.
Oh,
It's just that
oh, that's
since,
right, it did.
yeah, since it wasn't dual wield, no one really thought about it.
Totally fair. Sorry, stream, if you heard that. I didn't mean to dramatically gulp in your ear.
I will say, if they ever allow us to dual wield RE45s, that
oh,
is gonna be a day.
Yep. Dude, wait, I think I'm having a stroke. Wait, no,
Are you okay?
nope. Moving on from that
Man's
one.
dying over here.
I'm a mines student, dude. So,
Actually, you know what? Very fair. I can't knock you on that one.
look at this. I don't know what to say, but the RE45 is cooking right now.
No,
with the gold
RE45
upgrades.
is
I mean,
absolute.
26 bullets. in
I
a mag
miss
is
I miss our
crazy.
Digifret
Oh, Digithreat. Digithreat, oh, how I miss thee. Why did you drop the mag?
because he's giving it to the one with an R9. I
That's
think.
fair. That's fair. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. The R9
Yes.
goobers need their mags.
Yes, they do.
R9 is just technically a bigger SMG. And
Yep, and it also
Fair.
you don't want to give it to your salts because the salts also now have the gold mag pass built in.
That is true. I will say another note here. We've been doing the thing where we run away from ring, and I understand it is just first ring, but we are playing a very positional team, and I'm not liking that. I'm not seeing positional play.
Yeah.
I'm seeing run around and look for things, and also I'm missing game audio, so I may be lacking some information here. But
I also think it plays into the fact of maybe like I've missed a few streams. I'll be honest with you, but I haven't seen these three actually play on a game day together all that much. There's always been a sub of some nature in play.
that's true. I'd like to see these guys practice more often. I would like to see a couple. I personally,
Yep.
I think it would be really fun, and this is not esports, like not esports related, but not esports sanctioned yet. These are ideas I've been having.
Yep.
But I would love to see more of our varsity teams getting together to play in a casual setting
Yes.
and do fun stuff together.
Yes.
This applies for our dear Apex players as well. We did get to see some lovely ranked clips, but even then, it wasn't this team. It was two members.
I
from
was
this
in
team,
there.
but you were in there.
Yep. There's a few clips of Devin in there.
Yep. Not awesome. Like, I would love to see this team come together, get us a couple clips, and also
Yes.
just maybe do a challenge or two. Like, one loot box, they get to open it, and that's all they have. Like, something horrendous like that in a casual lobby, not in a ranked game. To be clear, yeah, I don't want them to sacrifice their ranks for it.
Granted, casual lobbies right now are kind of suck because I don't know if you've seen the new takeover event currently.
I have not, but I really like the sentence "are kinda suck."
I came here for math, not English.
Agreed.
But I know, but the current takeover event is a Rampart themed event, and currently she has special care packages coming down that have 3 gold R3s. And they're
Yep.
all uniquely named and all come with their own unique little thing. I forget
Interesting.
the exact naming, but I believe there's one called the Limelight, which damage heals you and team members around you.
Yeah. Okay.
Which it does see its uses. I don't think it's picked as much, but it can certainly be useful. There is the Hornet, which if you played during the Final Fantasy Takeover event, it has random crit champs. And with the current
What?
change to headshot damage, the random crit damage, along with a thermite on knock, is kind of disgusting right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And then on top of that, there is an R3, which they effectively took a Evo accelerator for the quicker abilities, gave it a little bit of some not so legal drugs, and then proceeded to also give it the movement speed of a pistol,
Interesting.
along with a faster reload.
Yeah. I mean, that makes it rough. But I do just generally want to see our teams interacting more with each other on outside time
Yes,
and
very much so.
showing their skills in this game beyond just competitive. And I think Apex could totally thrive from this. And this is not just an Apex thing. This is
No.
everyone.
Does look like we got our hands on a mythic bin, which is big for giving us both red shields, and everyone else has purple now.
Yeah.
I will say I do wish we saw the controller passive be a little more prevalent with the helmet changes, because the controller passive will not get you up to what a red shield would be.
So we see them come in contact with CSU here. Get into a bit of a scrap.
Yep, it does
As
look
some
like
might
we're
say.
mostly doing a poke fight here as opposed to actually confronting this.
I mean, CSU definitely does have the upper ground, so
Oh, absolutely.
fair not to take it. I think they're also wary of just behind them.
Yes.
Um,
And I believe that other team is squabbling with another right now.
It appears so. I mean, this place is busy. We are in
Yes.
the final ring. 7 squads left. They're taking the shots where they can.
Ooh, that I forgot how absolutely disgusting that charged up Havoc can be at times with the single shot ability.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nice
I-
skin they've got on it, though. Storm, I will compliment you on
Yes,
that one. Looks
I
nice.
gotta get a gold RE45 as well.
Full
Almost-
gold.
I know. I wish they'd do something to help the RE, because as much as I love the gun, it doesn't shine. It shines versus its brothers in the pistol category,
Yeah,
but it doesn't have that same usability as you'd find in an SMG.
that's fair. That is very, very fair. And it is kind of trying to match up an SMG with its fire rate. But, I mean, when it comes to... the thing is we do have to remember, within its family, it is a pistol.
Yes.
And that's the point of it. It's supposed to have that pistol mobility of, if I'm ADS, I'm strafing like I'm holding a pistol, not like an SMG.
Yep.
We can see them taking quite a bit of peeks, trying to get a read on where CSU's gone to. But CSU, I believe, is out of there.
I believe is that CSU? Yep, that's CSU
yeah.
taking that fight over there. They have what looks to be
They've
UCSC?
chosen which team they want to push.
or you
MST from the looks of it.
or no, because that's cooked.
That's true. Can't read it. 1 second. If these guys can't sit still. They're keeping their eyes out for other enemies though. So let's take a look over
Yeah,
here.
we got MST over here fighting CS. Or no, looks like they
MST
haven't taken contact yet.
CSU is taking shots on Chaos U out here, and Cooked is over here. I mean, people are just, Hammonds is so big, and so
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting final ring to play into.
absolutely. I mean, they've got nothing to worry about. They don't know that, but they're gonna keep freaking out like they are.
I can't really blame them. Like with how they've been performing, getting
think
here,
over
even getting
here
a
is our
top 5
action.
placement could be big for them right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the camera here for now. We're gonna keep an eye on the action over here since we've got 4 teams just up
Does
in
look like
arms.
we are plinking over. Yep, we got a down off CSU here.
Nice, good sights on CSU, keeping them in mind.
I will say I'm not sure I like the ammo usage here, only because
it's
we're
hard to
getting
recoup
down.
it.
Yeah, we're getting downs for no great reason.
CSU standing on top of KSU here. KSU spotted by SDM. SDM thinking about whether or not they want to push in on this. Instead, they are trying to plink it with that Havoc.
Yep.
But is it worthwhile? I don't know.
I don't believe so. I think that Newcastle has got a very solid hold down there. It might be.
Now, what might be best, though, is if they can get Cook's attention onto KSU, and it becomes a fight because they've got. Oh, no. Cook also has view on SDM. This is becoming a fight triangle instead of a fight V,
Yes,
which we prefer a 2v1 versus
I'm curious. Are we on final
triangle.
ring now?
No. This is ring 5, but it is not.
Where are we closing at then? That is the question.
Yeah, that is a good question. Let's take a look real quick.
Oh, it does look like we end up with an advantage on where we're sitting here.
I can't see future ring. Oh, no, I could.
Yep.
There it is. So future ring's going to be in the center of this next ring.
Yes.
This is the second to last ring.
It looks like we might end up
Just
being able to do something here.
With purple shields and a red, I'm really liking the look of our Evo layout right now.
Yes.
Taking a look around, we've got Cook being focused on by KSU. KSU trying to watch their ground with CSU. CSU took out
up here.
CU. They're
CU has just creeped in here. They have just
was up here fighting with MST. MST still back here, but afraid to make a move on CSU.
I can't really blame them. You have at least, for a fact, you have at least 3 squads in front of you. Trying to push anywhere into that, it sounds just painful.
I am liking SDM's placement.
Yes.
Because it's in a spot that is currently very vision is locked from a lot of teams. CSU's in the middle of like 4 teams, all of which can see them and push threat. But on the other side of things, we have SDM keeping it safe, keeping it local, staying in one spot. MST pushing around, pushing down, gonna end up making contact with KSU here.
Does look like they're trying to finish off that res. Cook getting on top of them.
And it looks like SDM is gonna have to make a move up, getting in contact here with CU.
Yes, it does look CU does have the right idea of a ring here. Or CSU, yes.
CSU's moved all the way out here, focusing on SDM, bringing a fight to them, and getting position a little closer to center of ring.
Yes.
Where Cook, KSU, they're going to be on. Cook, CU, and KSU are on top of each other. Let these 3 teams sort themselves out. Try not to let CSU get better shields based off of some poke damage on us,
yes.
Hopefully. But
though it does look like CSU is already maxed out on their shields anyways.
We have a match, SDM and CSU matching shield right now for Evo. KSU holding low, holding it hard, but with low shields.
I can't say I blame them. We're at the point in the match where any placement above 6 will help hugely here.
Yep. It looks, Cook does have a good centralized sight on just about everyone fighting on the outskirts, but everyone fighting on the outskirts is hiding right now. Hopefully we'll see the CU team push into CSU, getting CSU's pressure off of SDM. I don't know what's going to go on with KSU.
Yeah, KSU. I would not be surprised to see KSU and... Ooh, yeah, we got 3 teams. These guys are going to collapse.
Best case scenario, all 4 collapse into each other right around here, and SDM can take their seats over here. In the meantime, MST still holding out.
Yeah, MST is clinging to dear life right now.
KSU being pushed
heavy, good
trying
use
to
of the
rotate.
Catalyst.
They were trying to rotate, but unfortunately Cook has good views on them.
Ooh,
good use of that
beautiful Maggie ball. They might be able to
SDM trying to collapse
Boulder
in on
gone.
MST.
Boulder's gone. SDM hopefully claiming this.
Yep, Boulder got rid of MST. Okay, awesome.
And now they're in a very poor position.
No, they aren't. They aren't, because Cook may be on top of them, but Cook has been really pushed out by KSU.
Yes.
KSU working from
That's
low.
Cook gone. We're up to top 3. That's KSU, that's 2 downs there though as well.
SDM has such good positioning right now. We could see something great here.
Come on. That looks to be that KSU is out of this fight. It is down to CSU and SDM.
Matched for Evo, but with a lot of damage on CSU. This is
they
getting
might not be able
dangerous.
to I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on this though. Oh,
Let's see,
maybe.
Let's watch it.
That's
Come
a
on.
down.
That's
down.
That
trade for trade, blow for blow. We might not be. I don't think we're
SDM.
going to put enough damage out.
No, no, no. Hold out hope. Hold out hope. Nathan's good.
Oh, come on.
It's a
You
Nathan.
got
It's an
this,
Ash versus
Nathan.
Ash.
Oh.
Oh, so close. I got
Second-
excited because I didn't see it pop up at first.
Yep, that's
Ash
still
versus Ash. That was unfortunate.
that is still a second place placement. You were seeing the domination of that Eva at close range.
SDM needed that. And I will
Yes.
not, like, as much as it's heartbreaking to see that second place, we saw a second place. That is
Yes.
awesome. That is good. And they made a great job at playing positionally.
Yes.
They were aware at all times, which is something I would like to point out. While we were at Hammond's, they kept their eyes out behind them. They didn't know where everyone was, but they tried their best.
Yes.
And I loved that. I loved seeing that. It was, at the end of the day, it was just a series of downs and downs. They were one trade, Ash versus Ash, and it's just, at that point, person with more shields won out, because that is what happened there. I loved seeing that. That was amazing.
Yes.
Good placement, good plays. They made the right call to push MST when they did, and they did a good job turning around and taking care of the Cook Strangler, not Stranglers, Scragglers.
Stragglers.
Stragglers?
Yes.
Is it Scragglers or Stragglers?
Stragglers.
Stragglers. The Cook Stragglers left over from the CSU or KSU and Cook. And then from there, they played that ramp. They played their conduit wall. Not conduit, catalyst.
There you go.
I did it
You're
again.
correcting yourself, though. You're getting better.
I'm getting a little bit better. Either way, that was amazing. That was
Yes,
great
that was
plays
great
from all
showing.
of them. That made me super happy. That is our third game on World's Edge. We will be moving to Storm Point now, and hopefully in a moment we're going to see some updated standings. I'm looking forward to it. I think we once again have moved up. Only up, baby. Let's go.
Yes. I'm curious to see where our standings even out. That second place there will put us in a very good spot.
No, that was amazing. That made me very, very happy.
I think if we refresh, we might be able to get a good look at our pick rates as well here.
Yep, I will take a look at that.
Oh,
in a
fourth place.
SDM.
And we're tied for third right now with MST
up
as well.
3 places to fourth. A chance here if they hold out against MST, if they get into another good fight, if they get some more downs, if they hold good positioning, they can definitely jump to third.
Yes.
And that would be killer to see. I would love to see a top 3 from us.
Yes,
even,
absolutely.
I don't care if it's where we end. I don't care if it's where we started. All I care about is we made it at some point. We held good. We held good point value. Of course, UT Tyler still 42 with their leading behind them at 38, and then the point gap is like
I do
14.
believe Tyler got caught out very early on,
I think
though.
so.
So
Their placement there wasn't.
Yeah, the point difference here is actually only 4 points between second and first.
Yeah, second and first is 4 points. CSU Rams are doing a good job. They really are. And that first at the end there helped them a lot. I believe it. What is that? A third
place,
a second, and a first. Good job. Like, good on them. They did a great
that
job.
is just a third and a first.
That's just a third and a first? What's
Yep,
that?
there's
What's
no
that?
second.
What's that
That's-
one? Oh, does that just tell us their placement before that? Place
Yeah,
10
place
to
10,
I see,
yeah.
I see. SDM, I am very proud of you guys. That was
Yes,
good to see.
love to see that.
Every part of that, if there is something you guys should analyze for future matches, I would like you to analyze that end
I
game.
am very curious. Where are we dropping on Storm Point here?
That is true. Thank you for reminding me I should switch it. The nice way of saying, stream up, do your job.
Hey, you're doing 2 jobs. I cannot blame you in the slightest today.
This is great. I'm actually really enjoying this.
Yes.
I made some minor errors. I apologize now. But
They
got
were
them
not
fixed,
all your
and
fault.
There are some things I cannot fix right now. The
Yes.
audio being one of them.
I always forget there's a position on the map called God Cave for Storm Point.
There is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
I forget that exists for
So-
good reason. You almost never go there.
Yeah.
But
Big thing. Storm Point is a much larger map.
I would like to see a team comp change here, even if just changing out that catalyst for something that's a little more versatile.
I don't know. I do like the idea of being able to pull ring information early.
Yes.
I don't think that's bad, and they've been playing well with it. I mean, as much as I understand the, like, maybe change some things up, I mean, they're doing well. And they're getting better. They're getting better.
Yes.
So I've liked seeing this. Overall, I think So where are we landed? What are we
We
looking
are
at?
landing over a barometer, so we do have kind of a late drop here.
We do have a late drop, and we're landing on the low end of this map. This whole map is A, very large, B, very altitudey. No better
Yes.
way to phrase it. It gets very tall very quick. There's a lot of steep hills. There's a lot of choke points. So they have to play their rotations correctly. And if they get the unfortunate side of things where Storm moves uphill,
Ooh, it does look like we are
We're gonna see
going
what we
over
can
to
do.
Echo as opposed to.
Nope.
Or nope, this is a
Georgia
different
Tech.
team.
Yep, I just haven't switched it over yet. I believe we are hopefully landing now, though. So I'm going to bring us over to SDM Varsity, who are
Yep.
now dropping, and we'll switch to match view. Either way, we have the same makeup, it looks like. We've got another Ash. We've got a Storm on a Newcastle, and that was me buffering because I forgot Newcastle's name again.
I
And
mean, you
Catalyst.
got it. You got Catalyst. There
I
we
didn't
go.
say Conduit. Let's go.
We are moving up in the world, folks.
Moving up, just like SDM is moving up the standings rankings.
Woo!
Sorry, I'm so happy for them for
No,
that.
absolutely. This is a much better showing than I'd like to say we saw last semester.
I don't remember much from last semester. I was very busy. But
Yes.
I'm just happy to see us doing well.
R9 Eva, I'm very curious as to the selection. Mostly because, as much as I know Ash is a very rush-heavy character, this is a map where you still need to have some versatility at range, regardless of where you're positioned.
Absolutely. Again, R9 Eva 8, yeah, that is super close range. Let's take a look at what the others have their hands on right now. Massive charge rifle. We are seeing that range with the charge rifle.
Yes. The charge
Massive.
rifle, especially in full auto right now, is a menace.
I agree.
Because 70 damage on a body shot, and that's before you start getting into the damage ramp up at range. Especially because they move down how long it takes to hit that max damage as well.
Absolutely. Oh, that would be...
Trust
That'll be
me,
interesting to see.
Yeah, I fought it a few times, not in comp, but in ranked. It is a scary thing to try and move between cover with. Because one hit is all it takes to absolutely annihilate whatever semblance of a plan you thought you had.
That's fair. So it looks like we've got a Volt Eva 8, a R9 Nemesis, and of course, to click the same one again, massive charge rifle.
I'm a little sad to see that we are running Ash without a shotgun, only because
yeah,
you saw it in the last fight as well. Those shotguns can be very dominant at
it
close
really
range.
can be. But I know that Ash, our Ash player, at least Nathan, has a favor towards R9,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
I mean SMGs and shotguns are, in my opinion, rather interchangeable when it comes to that close range. They are, if you are to pick two weapons, typically you pick. The things you pick are you make sure they have different ammo types.
Yep.
And you make sure they have different ranges.
Yes.
And so carrying an R9 and a shotgun might be a bit of a kind of situation.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, seeing the Nemesis with it makes sense. We've got that mid to long range with the AR, and I have seen Nemesis up close a couple times. I don't know if they've debuffed it, but it was
Nemesis
solid.
up close is still not a bad option, but obviously it's going to
not
get
something you're
beat
gonna
out.
resort to.
Exactly. It's something that's I'm out of ammo, swap.
Yep. Either way, we are seeing massive charge rifle. Sticking with the Mastiff, keeping it upgraded.
I believe that might just be because we have not seen our shotgun arsenal just yet. I believe once we do find another Eva, we might change it out. It does look like we're going to get some eyes on another squad here.
Very possibly. At least keeping an eye, a lookout on that other station.
I would not be surprised if this ends up being a fight we try and push. I know we have been trying to get a bit more aggressive lately in our playstyle, especially trying to compensate for how bunker heavy we were last season.
Yep, moving target right now on a Trident. That team is looking to come into ring, and we are holding out ring, which makes sense why they posted up here and took a stop.
Yep, does look like we're getting the drop. Oh, I like the idea with the Gibby bubble, though.
Trying to get straight past this holdout right now.
It certainly worked. Honestly, I got to applaud the ingenuity there. That was a good call.
Yep, we've got... Don't know why we started fighting spiders.
Free Eva.
That is true. That is true. That is
And
true.
plus free attachments, you can never always use an upgrade, especially if we luck out and find a select fire in here. Our charge rifle becomes mediocre. There's a gold shotgun bolt right there.
Yeah, it was worthwhile. It was
Yep.
worthwhile. Though they are spotting enemies up ahead, let's hope they keep their eyes about them and they are prepared to get into another fight, hopefully. Um,
Does
Ash, once again, really leading the charge. Might need to back up to cover, though there's not good cover through here. Holding this building does make sense.
I will say I'm rather surprised to see how aggressive Nathan has been this season, especially because he was one of our biggest advocates for hunker down and have options to rotate out of a fight.
Hold play, absolutely.
Yes.
Whereas in this case, we have. I mean, I do like the aggression. I like. that
I
we have
I
the
love
support
the
with
I
it.
love seeing the aggression. It's a change of pace.
Taking shots, shooting at someone.
They were shooting at a flyer.
Okay. Oh, well, I saw the flyer shots, but then I saw another shot from Storm. I was like, what are we shooting at?
Probably still it's a flyer. We are
This is
rather lethal to the Flyers this season for some reason.
No, there's a trident. Sorry, I was like, there has to be something. Enemy trident.
Oh.
They do have their eyes on another team. I wonder what. This might be some hyper aggression that we aren't super prepared for.
Yeah, it does look like we
Other
were not
team
looking out
holding
for that
high
team
ground.
above. The plinking with the
Um,
Mastiff, I don't
good.
entirely get.
Nathan,
really pushing up there.
hyper-aggression.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Good use of.
Yep, good use of the tack. Try and get your
Yep.
teammates up as best as you can.
Another
Does
team
look like
behind,
they're
though.
Yep.
I think that
That
was
was
the
same
Ash that
team,
ran in
yep.
behind him. Unfortunate. It's all right. We know that STM is rather good at coming back from these things in the sense that
Yes.
there's always a warm up round, and as we've seen, they build towards a better spot. I don't know what our preferred map is. I do believe it is World's Edge.
Yes, World Edge, I think, is one of our best performing maps at the moment.
Got it. I miss my baby girl Olympus. I miss her. Olympus is just on top.
I-
Olympus is good.
I desire Olympus some days, but 9 times out of 10, I'd rather be on like Kings Canyon
Oh,
or
okay. Well, Kings Canyon is another good one. I can't blame you for that.
or like I don't like Storm Point. I'll take it over Storm Point.
Yeah, no, I don't like
But-
Storm Point. Storm Point is probably lowest on my list.
No,
Though-
no. You can't forget Broken Moon.
Mm,
Broken Moon is such a
you're right.
rough map.
Storm, if you're listening, Broken Moon is trash. Anyway,
Yes, screw Broken Moon.
I know that Storm is a big fan of Broken Moon, to my knowledge.
Broken Moon is. It always feels like such a rough map to me. There's so much movement options for such a small map.
It is a lot like a. The problem with Broken Moon is that it's a lot like Storm Point in its high walls and lots of choke points, but
Ooh,
it's
it does look like UCSC is
more-
pushing up on a couple teams up here.
yeah. We'll see some good fights. Either way, we've got you end up with this problem where Storm Point is very sloped, right?
Mhm.
You have a lot of choke points that are a lot of slopes. Broken Moon is also very sloped. The difference is that they aren't slopes; they are steps.
Yes.
And so when you're fighting over a sheer cliff, of course, advantage goes to the person on top, and that is just the end of most fights. Because
Exactly.
you push a choke point, you get stuck on a bottom step, and suddenly you are
You're
not
done.
in the game anymore.
Yeah,
You're back in
you're
the lobby. So Broken Moon is a fat F tier.
Nah.
And then we have, I would say, then I'd put Storm Point. Then I'd say
Yep.
World's Edge is
Solid mid tier.
mid tier. Like, I think it's great. I think it's always been one of their better maps.
Yes.
But I think it's good in the sense of like this has always been your most basic. Is this UT Tyler? This looks.
This
to
does
be
look to be UT Tyler. Yeah.
We'll have to see what happens. Good
Ooh,
Gibby plays.
good
Player on
hurts.
shield well.
Yep.
Putting
A
down
very
the knock.
ballsy shield bat here does not seem to pay off.
Absolutely not, because their team is still wrapped around, trying to get some shots on that Ash just to get him out of there.
Does look like they are being swarmed by spiders now at the moment, though.
Unfortunately, yeah. I think this Ash is going to get this med kit
It
off.
does seem like it. I'm curious to
Returning
see
to full
if
shields.
there's a way we can profit off of that. No, and it does not. Oh, that Eva putting in work again. Just not
Yeah,
enough.
Let's see. Is this UT Tyler?
Yeah.
UT Tyler was
UT Tyler
eliminated,
just got
actually.
eliminated. Yes.
Interesting.
Oh,
no, this is another team that
CSULB.
had pushed in.
Yep. These are our winners from the match
Yep.
before. Yeah.
UT Tyler was on the other side of that ult, but
I will
they
say
didn't make it out.
this Ash's loadout right here, the R3 EVA, is one I've been seeing very popular lately. Just because the R3 never's been a bad rifle,
It's
everyone's
never been a
used
bad
to it.
AR. It's super controllable.
Exactly.
I mean,
It
its
leaves a lot
recoil
of
control
versatility.
is great. It has a lot of versatility. You can build that thing into a ranged, or you can build that thing into a short to mid tier demon.
Yes.
And that versatility, especially late game, is very nice.
Yeah, especially. And even if you do build it for a long range, the hip fire is just accurate enough to, at a close range battle, it can be depended on. Would I still trust it over maybe a shotgun? No.
No,
But
but
there
I
you
mean,
can make an use case for it.
absolutely. I will say I do really like seeing just that. I like seeing aggression. I like seeing gameplay like this. They're doing a good job trying to rotate around, but unfortunately getting caught out by another team, knowing that they aren't going to be able to push that with any good advantage.
Yeah. This does put CSU in a very poor spot to try and do much here. They seem to be pinned between a couple teams.
Well, it's all right. They're in a good spot. Well, they're in a good spot points wise. So
Yes.
we'll have to see what happens. Oh, what was the other thing I wanted to say?
I know you were ranking maps.
What's the map I was just on?
You just finished World's Edge.
World's Edge. Yep. Then of course I think personally. So this is where we get personal. Is always the high tier is always personal.
Yep.
Kings Canyon is always good. I'd rank it at my A, high B, high A, or low A tier. Because I think it is a great map. It has a lot of versatility in its
Layout.
its altitude. Where you land can make games so different every time.
Yes.
As long as you play the locations properly. And each location has a set type of play style. Of course, center of map, they are spawning another team. Let's see if they get some shots in here. Cause
Those look like that team spawned them, and it looked, beautiful snare, catching one right in the open.
And another snare in return.
I forgot they added nade skins. I don't know how.
That's a crazy sentence. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they added skins for the nades.
Interesting. I mean, it's a good fight. I don't think they have anyone on this other side of them. Maybe I should zoom in.
Yeah, that might be. I believe.
Considering we're watching
yes, it does
over
look like
here.
there's one hugging the wall to their left and the
There's-
squad right next to them. Does put them in a very awkward position.
Are 4 teams around this wall right now, and they're trying to see if they can get shot through that fence because that might be a disadvantage for them. Unfortunate snare getting caught there.
I don't think it did get caught. I think it's just, a very slow projectile.
Oh, you're right, it is. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll see. This fight will
Certainly
devolve quickly.
Oh,
here.
well, every fight does.
And then, World's Edge, so they're going to bunker down here. They're
Yep.
still in ring. Make sure this other team doesn't peek their heads back in. We'll have to see what happens. And, of course, you can't stand there, unfortunately, and shoot through it, even though you can shoot through it.
Ooh, I'm seeing a
Bunker team
rampart
here.
set up. I'm curious why they were sitting outside, but...
Probably just trying to get better views. Sometimes you get bored when you're isolated, you know?
You
can't
know,
stay inside all the
I
time.
can get that. I can get behind that.
Getting some damage out. That's good to see. Either way, I think this team has a good push scenario. Got another team just trying to...
CSU seems to be holding strong here.
Yep. I'm not... MST Gold still in it. MST is a Rampart team. Interesting.
A rampart with a Kraber. That is a scary combination there.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the walls making body shots even more lethal.
Yes.
Ooh, that was
the heads
that was
are lining
like
up.
That was
He was considering it. He's just waiting for the perfect opportunity to put
Gibby's
one through.
not worthwhile putting it on.
There
That's
you
a knock.
go.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna push that.
That's my girl. That's my
My
Kraber.
I miss him. Yeah, no, that was good.
No, my old duo specifically quit because they made the Kraber. Because the Kraber was his gun.
I see. Not
Yeah.
not a one shot anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
I can't even say I blame him.
That's fair.
It's like I'm getting an anti-material rifle out of a care package, and yet I can't one-shot somebody with it.
I can't do damage with it. yeah.
Exactly. I'm better off grabbing a charged sentinel at that point.
I am not seeing trade of Evos here because with that Kraber, I'd expect the shields to be traded so that way they could level up the next Evo shield.
You got to remember, you can't level up above purple now. You have to find the red helmet to get red shields, or the gold helmet to
That
find
is
gold
true.
shields.
I forgot they made the game worse. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, wow. And you wonder why the TTK went down.
Oh, yeah, no. Um, no. It's interesting to see them play like this. We've got quite a lot of gamers all caught up in one space. I'm going to see if I can real quick squeeze back into free cam here.
Even with highlights, I'm not sure there's a great
Vantage point here.
vantage
Wait.
point.
And okay, Max. Nah, you can see everyone on this map. I'm gonna throw this right here. I'm gonna throw highlights on people.
Yep.
Highlights enabled, and we'll be able to see them through the walls. I mean, all we're doing really is color commentary for these teams. We can see MST is still out there, kind of getting some heat for being so far away.
I
They are
can't.
caught up with another team. I think these stacked teams aren't going to be doing anything for a hot minute.
No.
MST, are they going to hold out
We
against
got
this
a
push?
lot of teams sitting right in this corner area here.
Just two, actually. It's MST, and I believe this is CSULB or something like
Maybe.
that. UMN Varsity.
UMN, okay.
And MST getting out of there to the best of their abilities. All these teams just slowly stacking onto
that
one
team's
another.
getting MST getting absolutely slaughtered below.
Yeah, CU is keeping their eyes out for free kills. We'll have to see. UMN still hanging out far back. They're happy with what they've got. They've got good Evo. They're holding it.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them.
Yeah, just a whole lot of
I
individual
wonder, is that a
fights happening on top
solo
of each
sitting
other.
down in there?
The Spectra domain?
Spectra. Oh, no, it is not.
It's a team. They're holding a.
No,
it's a
that's our duo.
One of them. I love the nerve tag. Watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Don't.
do not subject yourself to that. It's not worth it.
It is worth it
No.
if you're mentally ill.
Yeah. And
which
at that
means-
point, go watch Darling and the Franks. Then you'll get the proper acid trip at the end.
Anyway, we've just got a whole lot of stacked teams. We'll have to see how CSU is going to end up collapsing in on UMN here. It's going to end up collapsing in on what? That's not CU. I don't know who that is.
I believe
that's
that's CSU. No, that's not MST. MST has theirs clan tags. That is CSULB.
CSULB. Dang it. I knew CSULB was still around. Just didn't know where.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, we're seeing the collapse over here. Oh, no, we're
Oh,
not.
that's a rat.
They're underneath.
We're seeing a rat.
We're seeing rat on top of what is essentially another rat. Do they know they're
I
there?
don't. Oh, I'm surprised if they don't.
Me too.
There's been a lot of audio cues to give them away here.
No, just a little bit of splishy splashy from their feet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're hearing it. Oh, no. Looks like they're looking around. Anything?
They're getting worried, and I can't say I blame them. This is a very poor
Teams
place to hold.
collapsing in on each other. We are getting into that. These two are going to end up pushing out on top of each other. Let's see.
Oh, it does look like they're well aware of their presence here.
Now they are, at least. Yep,
Looks like
here they go.
they're pushing in on this, yeah.
Looking at pushing in on it, trying to make some moves, trying to get some free kills. Whoa! Shield's
Oh,
gone
no. Oh, no. They let that
yep.
Ash sneak up on him.
Ash
Oh,
trying
the
to get
Ash
out.
using that.
And dead.
Oh.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, no, that they just whipped that
Res.
charge rifle out.
These teams are too focused on each other. This team's going to be able to get a full reset probably. So let's move over
Curious.
here.
We have, all right, yeah, we
Whoa.
have 3 squads playing in here. This
Team
is
on team with team on top. And you're part of this team. Yeah, it's all CU on top. So it's
I'm curious. We have all right, we have our duo, we have the team down below, the team up top, and then
a pushed fight in here. Let's see if they're looking at taking out this duo possibly.
I'm curious if they even know this is a duo.
Well, either way, they're trying to take out.
I'd
they're
have
trying
to
get
hope they
points.
do by now, but
No, they're immediately they walked outside. They got hit by a CU
Yeah.
holding this down. If you're
Ooh,
going to
does-
stay somewhere, you're staying inside. That's what CU is saying.
yeah, I don't say I blame
Oh,
them. There's
MS,
not many options.
Fight. Let's see.
Oh, fight.
And they cleared out the other team. Getting
Yeah.
the points for the kill that CU wanted. CU just pushing them back into that live trap. Let's see.
Does look like CSU's about to get shoved up on here. I'm curious at why
CSU
CU's dropping down here.
Well, CU seeing CSU, and they're thinking it's an opportunity. That is a duo. I only see two of them.
I'm very curious to see how this works out for them, though, because all
But
it takes is that squad inside to push out for
they-
this ring.
Yep, they are now stuck in between two. Ooh, this squad has claimed half of this circle, essentially. They're saying, nope, we are going to rotate out as we please, and we are going to take half of this ring. We're going to see here.
Yes.
CSU is playing super careful, trying to get a res off.
Oh, and that's
Nope,
a squad
CSU
wipe.
going
Now
out.
you're almost forced to push in. Liking that snare idea there. Fortunately, not really profiting off it.
Unfortunately, we see 2 red Evos against 3 purple, and
Oh.
it's just going down.
Yeah, it is. They are getting absolutely annihilated between all the fire here.
Yep, it was unfortunate.
CU Boulder. I feel like that's a team we've seen get knocked out very early a lot.
Yeah, they held out well. They did a good job. Yeah, Ash. Hi, Watson. Anyway, coming back to the casters cam, that was a good end to game number 4 there.
Yeah.
Good fight. They did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, SCM did go out a little early, but I'm not going to, again, I think it's just transition between maps.
Yeah.
They found their footing on one, and
And
then
you lose it immediately at the next.
Exactly.
There's no real winning.
can't keep up with the change up, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that in the end we are going to catch our momentum. We're going to keep our feet under us. And we're going to move forward again. So, seeing the ending standings coming up here soon, another match starting already. We're going to keep our eye on whether or not this is a real match starting.
Does not look like it.
Standings been updated?
Does look like we are back down to 7th now. That is unfortunate.
Yeah. But I believe in you, South Dakota. I believe in you, Hard Rockers. We've seen you pull through this shit before. You can do it. I believe in you. So,
If our
keeping
weather can
our
be
heads up
bipolar, so can you.
with the wins and the losses.
Exactly.
You got this. You got this. Either way,
Exactly.
I am expecting to see if we're landing in the same spot again, which we are. Barometer is where we've claimed.
Yeah, there's no way we don't. Barometer is such a dominant spot for us.
Yeah. I mean, we got caught up there at the end between a couple teams, and that's what cost us, I think.
Yes.
We wanted to fight one, pushed them out of the way, and then we turned around and tried to fight another. And I don't think that push was planned. We were pushing up a little too slow, but it's a little tricky when you got an Ash. Nathan did a great job being on that team immediately. It's just that the supporters couldn't keep up. And that is nothing to the players' fault. That is just the supporters are slower.
Yeah.
So I think maybe, as much as I liked that we were hyper-aggressive, I think maybe if Nathan had backed off, recouped, and met with the supporters, worked their way around the outside, and pushed the building from a different angle, would have been perfect. Because that team found their way into that building, had cover, had what they needed, they were done, they were set. I'm just trying to analyze the ways that SCM, you guys can totally improve because you guys do kick at this stuff.
Yes.
So, in the meantime, next game has started. That was a quick turnaround.
It does look like we are going to get an early drop on this as well.
Absolutely.
It'd help if we were on our own team.
Oh, no. No, you're right. I was taking a look at our standings.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Don't blame you.
In the meantime, though, I'm expecting SDM to only get better as we keep going through this map and find their footing on it. As we said, Storm Point is not our strong suit. It's not that it's our least favorite. It's just that
we
it
have a
most
lesser
definitely
performance here, yeah.
the best. You know, we are far better at World's Edge, and we were doing better at World's
Now,
Edge.
while we wait for a fight, I'm rather curious how our legend picks are spreading out
Ooh,
here.
yes. So, sorry, while they're landing, let's take a look real quick at legend picks. Legend pick rates right now.
Surprising no one. Ash is absolutely dominating.
all games. Absolutely. We're seeing a ton of Ash picks.
A lot of Newcastle and Catalyst. Loba isn't even on the list. I'm rather surprised at that, in all honesty.
I really am as well. Loba is a good pick for this kind of thing just because of her capability to keep up with Ash.
Yes.
I think it's just that we have a support preference here, so of course we're picking our big man Newcastle.
I think everyone, especially Octane, because Octane played very heavily into bunker comp, I think everyone's so used to playing in that more defensive layout, they're not ready to fully give that up yet.
Yeah, as much as the season has made pushes for a hyper aggression type of setup,
Yes.
with a smaller lobby, we're only playing with 32 players, and compared to, I believe, NECC earlier was playing with 60,
And
right?
NECC, yes,
They
NECC
had
was
a full
playing with.
lobby.
No, we were one team short, so it would have been
Gotcha. Okay,
57.
but I mean, in that kind of state, you're just going to see more aggression because you just have more teams.
Yeah.
So maybe that's also it, and our information is a little skewed here. But we will have to see as the weeks go on with Octane Collegiate. I'm going to switch to match view now. Sorry if it gets a little loud. But it's good to see we are back in play again with we've got, like, Ash is just such a good pick. Is Ash the only one with that dash now, or is that
Ash
like
is
her
the only
passive?
one that is one of her. They traded out her passive with
For
the
reading the
knife.
death boxes for
Yes.
this. Yeah. Okay.
Though she can still see the death boxes on the map. She just can't track the squad that killed them.
That is interesting. That's really interesting.
So
I would have I would have gotten rid of the death boxes altogether because you can still get info from that. Either way.
No, I think that's the entire point. Is you still get the info from that. The problem is you don't get the same utility out of
That's fair,
scanning.
I guess.
I still think, the death boxes are kind of making her a little too versatile at the moment.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
can see an argument be made regardless here.
Absolutely. Either way, Ash highest pick rate, absolutely crazy. Newcastle in number 2.
Newcastle and Catalyst seeming to both pull up pretty heavily here.
I really am surprised by that. I went into this expecting a different type of play style being chosen entirely, but I guess it might entirely be just the league competitions we're in. You know.
Yeah.
And that is totally okay. Hopefully, in the future, we haven't been streaming NECC though, right?
No, we have not.
Okay. I think it just happens too early in the morning.
It does, because we are playing, like, match times are starting at 9 o'clock.
Whoa, yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't know about you, but I do not like
No.
waking up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday to cast.
trust
or to
me,
stream.
neither did I.
Yeah. Though in the future, it might be good to see if possibly we can get them like.
I
recording
do
them
not
on
believe we're
screens.
continuing with NECC.
Really?
after
Okay.
I think, well, NECC has just been such a.
Let's not badmouth them too much here.
I know. I'm not
Okay.
trying to badmouth them.
Mm.
It's just that for all the teams that are there, it has been a constant stomping from one or two teams. That being
Got
ISU Farmers, who we've already known to be a high player anywhere we go.
Yep.
And then also Southern Miss, which is another heavy fighting team.
They aren't placing teams well together.
Well,
And-
the problem is there's not that many teams that signed up.
Gotcha.
I think we had a total of maybe 24 teams
I see.
sign up.
Huh.
And then we ended up having like 4 or 5 just entirely drop out because
Interesting.
that first week or two was a massacre.
Yeah.
There was
And people
nothing
don't
we
want
could
to stick
do.
around with massacres.
Exactly.
That's fair. But we're trying it out. We're trying to find things that we like. And, I mean, Octane Collegiate, you guys are great. We do
Exactly.
really seem to like it here. So
Exactly. It's what we've
it's
known.
always a challenge. and we like
yeah.
it. Okay. So looks like we have Storm running G7 Scout and EVA 8.
I personally like this combo. I've run it occasionally on some of the longer range maps.
It's an interesting combo.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the G7. I don't know. Me and the G7, we got some beef.
Yes,
Possible spot here and a possible firefight. So before we get to a firefight, I want to take a quick look at this real quick. R3 EVA 8 on Seed again. And then, of course, we have EVA 8 triple take. Triple take.
I'm glad to see we're pulling out the EVA on the Ash. And the
Yeah.
triple take being a very versatile weapon overall, despite being a DMR, can be very useful.
Absolutely. Again, excuse me, chat. I will say, we don't have a lot going on around us right now. Looks like UTT
No, we are rather
is in a fight
isolated.
with Cook right now, but it's quiet. A lot of teams aren't close to each other.
It does look like we know where next ring is going, so we are more than likely going to be heading to that next ring right away.
Absolutely, sooner than later. And hopefully we get a little. Again, I want to see more positional play. They are trying to keep their eyes open. I like that they are checking locations,
Yes.
but I don't think we've seen any valid proof of anyone being near us. So I'm wondering why we're kind of caught up
I
on
think they're waiting to see
checking
the
these
ring
corners.
rotation
That is true. That is
because
fair.
we do have marks on the map for drop points with teams being back there. So
Yeah,
depending on how those teams may have dropped, cutting off this ring rotation is an idea. It doesn't seem to be providing any benefit, so I'd say by now we start rotating. And it does look like we're snagging the ring console again, too. So it does look like we have prior knowledge on exactly where this ring's going to end up for our final few circles.
interesting, interesting. We will have to see what happens here. Um, yeah, no. I mean, good. I like to be positionally aware. If there's anything I like, it is being positionally aware, knowing
Yes.
who's around you, knowing what's around you, knowing where you're going and what you're doing. Looks like we missed out on an inspect animation there. And, I mean, yeah, it's quiet. I
Exactly.
mean,
It is
there isn't
painfully quiet.
much to say.
It
And
does
teams
look
are
like we maybe
starting to move into this next ring, though.
it does look like we might end up catching some flack with UT here, depending on how heavily we rotate onto this.
MST, some of our biggest competition, could be looking at us from this building that they're building up a vantage point on.
It does seem like this is going to be a very interesting ring for us to use here.
Absolutely. I don't think, based on ring pattern, actually, no, because this is the next ring, and I would say that our final ring is looking like something about where Cook is. We're going
Exactly.
to end up, even though it doesn't typically pick same side, it's either Cook or it's the mill. We're going to be on this hillside.
Absolutely.
Um,
This is going to be a very hard
so
push for
we
us
need to
here.
start sweeping up through more. I think right now we're waiting to see what happens with MST, and
It does look like we might
we are
have a
not
ring
aware of
console
UTT.
here as well, I want to say.
That is true. If we do have that, of course, they're looking for more
Ye-
chances to figure out position.
Nope, that I think we have a survey beacon up here is what I'm seeing, which
It's a little
we
hard
do
to
not
tell.
have access to.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate
Yes.
day.
I can't say I entirely blame them for holding the spot though.
No, not at all. Um, I mean, they're not aware of UT, which is,
Just ahead of them actually, I believe.
yep, right over here into the direction that they plan to rotate.
I'm
Looks like they might
curious.
get eyes on it.
Ooh.
Storm, did you spot
I
them?
don't believe he did.
Oh, they
Please tell he
definitely.
did now.
There we go. Okay, he's marked UT Tyler.
Does look like it does look like
And-
UT is aware of their presence as well. This might be
I'm going to turn off name tags again real quick here. Let's see. MST, are they still behind us? No, MST has moved into the next ring. UT is aware of our positioning as
It
well here.
does look like we might have another team rotating into us from behind instead.
I don't believe oh, no, we
Yeah,
do.
we do.
Oh, but they are not in position to fight this right now. Let's take a look again.
Does look like we do
Uh,
have high ground over these guys.
Yeah, they just kind of ran through, so we might have a bit of a. Oopsies.
That's the map.
Bit of a. Ooh, no, perfect. We're
Ooh.
fighting on this hill, and it looks like we held good positioning. Two.
It does look like we are
cattle
kind of
assaults.
very spread out, though. Nathan trying to heal behind this rock here.
Yep,
Just
Nathan
getting off
getting
that
pushed.
shield bat in time.
That Ash looking to fight that Ash, of
Oh,
course.
Ash
Nathan
on
going
Ash.
down.
Nathan down.
Storm.
Seed is heavily hurt. Storm getting flanked, and it
And
looks
getting
like
down.
that's over for
Yeah.
us.
Unfortunate. I think that looked to be, from what we saw for that instant, Ash was alone up here, and team was too far on low ground to get good vantage. As you can see,
Yeah.
this lip prevents you from seeing anything, and this team was pushing over this nice flat area. They had perfect overhead to look down and take their
Yep.
shots, and it's just, I mean,
I don't think SCM had many options there, though, with
Yep.
Nathan already being low, these two being on the defensive.
unfortunate top 10 placement again, though.
Yep.
For squads. Unfortunately, not a top 5. I would have liked to see a top 5. UT, I'm wondering where they're at right now, as
UT seems to still be
no,
holding
they're
a
happy
similar
holding their
spot.
position, and I don't blame them. I mean, this is a good spot. You've got the choke through here that you've got your eyes on. You've got the chokes through here. You can view this entire roadway, no problem.
Yep.
And then, of course, Cook holding what I believe will be a round final ring. Final ring's either going to be on these habitat domes or on mills. And Then again, I could be out of practice, and we'll find out later. Either way, the team that got us at the end there, I'd like to take a look at who they were. One sec. Pop. UU White. I believe we have seen a bit of UU White before in the past. They are an aggressive team, and they're good at what they do.
Yes, very
Ooh,
much so.
CSU putting, or UUT putting some damage out on them, though. That height, as I said, having clear vision of the road.
Yes, no, the height is absolutely dominating. As it always has, positioning will never die. It'll always be useful, but
It's always useful. And SCM, I mean, they'd spotted one team, and they just didn't know where to go, and then that other team walked up on them, and they just weren't expecting it, which is totally fine.
yeah,
It was an unfortunate fight with just, you had the smallest positional disadvantage, and that is just what got you at the end. Again, nothing to be upset about.
yeah.
It's the luck of the draw sometimes. Either way, we can see them rotating through their positions, trying to get out of the line of sight for UUT.
This is going to be a very hard position to play off of. They do not have ring. They are pinched between two squads.
And CSU is looking for some free kills right now, and they push right on top of them. Either CSU is aware that they are here, or they are not. And it looks like they aren't. They're holding low. This other team sat on top of them. They could drop down at any second and get some
Does look
free,
like they're going for that, yeah.
trying to break them
I
up with a
can't
Catalyst.
say I'm liking this Catalyst wall here.
No, Catalyst pushed without their team, and
Does seem to end up working out, hopefully, in their favor.
but it looks like CSU has found their way back on top. They have
Yeah.
essentially just traded places, which means that as much as they've made themselves victim to this Bangalore ult,
Yes.
this other team, I don't think they're going to be able to get up and around in time. They don't have someone they can get up around with unless Ash does have an ult in her pocket.
probably has a portal in her pocket, knowing her.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like they're going to be going for it, though.
Yeah, no, now CSU is trying to get those shots in on UU White. And again,
It does
Cook-
look like they are prepping the portal, though. I'm curious as to where to.
Cook holding what they can. Those teams are going to stay right where they are. They're happy. They made their trade. They made their attack, and it is not worth it to try and go in for round 2 here. Unless, is that a...
That's an evac tower.
It is. All right. We're going to see probably an evac tower play. Either they are trying to get the attention and get onto the evac tower,
I
rotate
believe
up
they're-
top.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're going for.
Or
They're
this is-
trying to get out.
This is going to be a full reposition, possibly? No.
No.
They're trying to land with some fearsome power on top of them.
I
unfortunately.
think they should have dropped off earlier if they were going to go for the push.
Yep, CSU is
Yeah, like
happy
right
to take
there.
this push. They're prepared for it.
Does look like they aren't going to get full
CSU
finishes up here.
Should push down, though, before this team gets their revive. Is this team going to get their revives?
Does not seem like it, no.
CSU is looking for that final kill. Let's see if they can get it. They might.
Does look like
Out in the
Bangalore
open.
popped smokes.
Let's see. CSU, you
Hey,
getting the
Bangalore
final
is
UU White?
out of here.
Yeah,
Bangalore
Bangalore's
li-
out.
Bangalore would rather get that kill to UT than to these guys.
Absolutely.
Bangalore might manage to get out of there.
CSU getting these, trying to get these knocks cleaned up. CSU did a great job defending that position, and I think
Absolutely.
the unfortunate part about that evac tower with its placement is, without knowing it, they had placed themselves into the line of sight of both UUT and Cook, as we can see, and Cook and UUT were like, ooh,
Ooh, free damage.
free damage, free kills, free Evo, and they went for it.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to have to see CSU is going to push through the same way UU White did, and their straggler.
Ooh, using a very aggressive Ash portal, not to their benefit, though. That's
extremely
there.
aggressive. We're going to have to see what happens here. I mean, Conduit ult going up a...
Oh, they're popping a second portal. They are
Ooh,
out in
hyper-aggressive.
here. Yep,
They-
UT going down between all the different fire as well.
CSU is on top of it. They are not letting
Yeah,
UT
you-
escape.
They
Look
are
at
not
this.
giving UT a chance.
Absolutely brutal. That was a good push because they immediately used the not
Ash
Conduit.
portal? Or-
Well, the Ash portal into a
Catalyst.
which again we've been seeing that Ash hypermobility followed
Yep.
immediately by Catalyst's use of what can be defensive and rotational to offensive, and I'm going to break up your line of sight. We're going to
Yep.
shoot you from two sides.
Yeah.
We know you don't want to pass through this, and we know that we can communicate and ping you and just attack both sides.
Exactly.
So without being able to put out enough fire to kind of push them off of each other. The the Catalyst ult did break up the team well, and then of course I do think that Conduit ult saved their lives though.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
without that Conduit ult, UTT would have absolutely stayed on the push, stayed on the fight, and we would have seen
I
the
do
end
believe
of their
that
team.
was UTT's conduit ult, though.
Uh, no, that was CSU.
Is CSU running it? Conduit?
We'll take a look. Okay, Cook trying to rotate into this other building, probably to stay in ring, but unfortunately, I don't think they know that. Who is this again? Let's take a look. See, it looks like
UMN, our duo.
is chilling out in here. They've taken the top of it, and they're happy to hold it. We have a rat off in the corner. We'll get to the rat shortly. We have
Ballistic, Ash, and oh, yep.
Conduit, yep.
Nah, yep.
It was theirs.
I retract my statement.
No worries. I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this rat is trying to find good timing, good positioning, and they're seeing and they're hearing of, oh, Cook is gone. Whoa.
There we go.
Nope. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm not crazy.
Cook got out of there. Cook did not want to deal with that fight.
Nope. They spotted the rat. The rat is now being dropped on by the duo because if the duo is going anywhere, they're going somewhere with a kill.
Oh, looks like they're trying to
Rat.
dive, or no, they're trying to escape, and they didn't get a
Lost
chance.
to Cook.
Ooh,
and
double reds on CSU. This is going to be an absolutely lethal push here.
This is going to be interesting. I mean, they're trying to keep their eyes out for this duo on the back line, but at the same time, they can't ignore the forward assault from CSU.
Mm-hmm.
Hyper aggression playing in there's CSU cannot seem to put down the hyper aggression milk.
I can't say I blame them in all
They are
honesty. It's
sipping
a
from
very
that glass
useful.
hard. Yeah.
And this conduit ult's a beautiful cutoff, not giving them a chance to take any aggression on damage.
Absolutely not. Though we can see they are using the height advantage from the rock.
Yeah, there's no way to really recover off that one. That's another first place for CSU, putting them I want to say firmly in the lead now.
CSU, once again, cooking like they have been all day
Yep.
and bringing it back.
I will say, Ash, I have to admire the bravery to one-hand a Kraber.
Hey, the kickback's nothing if you're a robot, you know?
I'm fairly certain the laws of physics dictate that recoil still exists.
I'm not saying that the recoil doesn't exist. I'm just saying, like, you know how you've got camera stabilizers in your phone for when you're all shaky? Now, you have that in your eyes. So, who cares about recoil? My vision is stabilized. And I don't have nerve endings. Anyway, robots are cool.
Robots do be cool. We love us a good simulacrum.
Robots do be cool. It's so good. I love it.
We are nerds.
We
there's
absolutely
yeah,
are.
there's no way we deny that. We're nerds.
No. Either way, awesome. Good plays from everyone. Endgame there
Yep.
was really interesting. God, like, really, CSU is on something with their
Oh, yeah.
aggression. Something else.
CSU has seen the aggression meta and has fully played into it.
CSU Rams, I'm not making enemies out of you. I'm just kidding. I am. My girlfriend's from your school. My girlfriend attends CSU, and so I will make fun of you all.
Yeah.
Chill out a little bit. No, I'm kidding. No, I
Sleeping
can't make
with
fun of
the
you guys. You
enemy.
guys
How
are winning.
dare you?
Hey, no, you're right. But no, CSU's kicking. They really are. They've taken that first place from UT. It looks like.
Where even is CSU? Now that I think about it.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, not. How far is that? That sounds pretty far.
5.5 hour drive, just about from here.
Oh, that's not terrible.
No, not at all. Anyway, CSU Rams have taken first place. Whoa, with an 80-point
Yeah.
score differential
I
here.
don't think there's any way you knock off
Not
CSU.
in the next match, that is for
No.
sure. Unless you are lobby wiping. CSU is
Yeah.
holding their position. I'd say UT Tyler does have a decent chance. They are
Maybe
really
it's
good.
a 30-point difference, though, so even UT would have to go lobby wiping.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
Either
remember
that
the
or you
scoring
have to
exactly.
pray that the Rams get knocked out right away. You cannot have CSU getting any kills, any placement points, nothing.
Yeah, no. Rams have to be like, we're giving up and, like, fly
Yeah.
off the map.
Yeah, pretty much.
SDM down to 8th place. It is all right. They are doing their best. I'd
You
like
have a
to
lot.
see. I'd like to see top 5 placement.
So
I
would
believe
I.
in you.
I'd
Jump
love
3
to see that.
places now. I'm kidding.
I'm very curious. How much would it take for us to jump our
To jump
3
competition,
places?
assuming that none of the
We'd
other
have to get
teams do
7
anything.
points.
We have to get 7 points,
So that's either.
and those teams can't get any points.
Yep. So
Hey, either way, it's okay. We love you, Hard Rockers. Good job. You're doing your best. And that's what I like to say.
here's our participation trophy.
Yeah. If I can, there we go. SDM. We're landing right now, so nothing crazy is happening.
Nope.
It's not a super early land. It's not a super late land this time around, though. Perfect middle ground for the last 3 games.
Absolutely. We gives us something.
I will say 28-point placement right now. SDM, I am not upset about that. That second place also something I'm very proud of you guys for. You did a great job with that. If there is a match that I will never stop telling you to review, it is that match right there. You did a good job sticking with each other. Either way, this time around we are seeing something a little different. They're still going to barometer, but
yeah,
they
they're
were
dropping
almost,
closer to C note from the looks of it.
They were almost scoping out C-Note Cave, like, let
Yeah,
us in.
those look like they are keeping an eye on it, so we might end up seeing them try and push through C notes.
Yeah. Though I'm expecting another kind of heavy ring pick kind of thing.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the match cam here. No, yeah, typical. We are seeing Volt. We see an L-Star pickup from Nathan here. In the meantime, we also have an L-Star Eva 8 on Seed and a Mastiff Prowler.
I will
Storm.
say the full auto Prowler feels just as good as it did before.
It does.
Granted, is it worth really keeping in the chance of a select fire over like a charge rifle? Not in my opinion. It's still getting. You still have other SMGs that'll beat it
That's
out.
fair.
Like
That's fair.
the R9, once you get that, because it's much easier to kit that. Once you have that, it's so much easier to just get that running.
I do want to see some big plays from these guys this time around. I realize I've been saying top 10 placement every single time there are 10 squads.
Yeah.
That was not an insult. I'm stupid.
Actually, I believe there's 11, I want to say.
Is
so
one already dead?
I believe one is already dead.
Oh, you're right, because we're down to 29.
Yeah.
Probably, and we were at 32.
And there's already downs going. We might see another squad wipe here.
Yeah. Cook is on something. Getting rid of CSU. That can't be CSU. No.
That's got to be CSU.
Cook.
That does look to be CSU contesting right off the bat. That's CSU out.
CSU
First place
Rams
immediately getting wiped.
I can't. Cook.
That might actually
right,
give UT a chance.
We're gonna leave the BM from Cook over here. But
yeah.
UT has a chance here. I will say Cook. Yeah,
Cook has a very
fifth place.
solid
They've
read.
got a decent chance, but no, they don't have a chance of. I don't think they've got a chance of making it up 80 points. But
well, no, we definitely don't have a chance. UT, I think, if they perform very well, if they put a lot of kills up, get a first place,
yeah,
they can do something here.
SCM's up to a typical startup. We have a Nemesis Eva 8 on Nathan as usual.
Yep.
We have a
L-Star Eva 8.
L-Star Eva 8. I've heard a bit about the L-Star this season. Eva 8, of course, still being a carry it with me just in case kind of thing.
Yep.
L-Star
Nemesis or Flatline.
Flatline. I haven't seen a lot of the Flatline.
Flatline has always been. The Flatline is just, space AK. It never really changes. It's always a solid choice.
That is very fair. It looks like we have spotted someone. Possibly we're keeping our eyes on rotations behind us here.
I'm curious, did we actually spot them, or are we planning to try and cut a different way?
That is a good question. In the meantime, I am going to hop around real quick. I want to take a look at UT, who's on our radar for...
Oh, they're in with
right
Cook
now.
right now, yeah. And
They are
Cook
a
is
full
very
team.
spread out. They might have a chance of actually getting a flank going
I don't
here.
know if they know they're even there to each
I
other.
don't think any. Oh, it does look like they did spot an enemy.
Yep. But they're pushing out to barometer, which means they could have spotted SDM. Ooh.
Oh,
Getting
we're going
some-
very aggressive here. Yep, it does look like they've
Moving
run
out.
straight into them. Beautiful knock with that
Yep.
R3 there.
Cook is going down here. looks like as much as Cook was happy to get the big shots out of the way early on,
That
they
might have put
can't.
them in a poor position to do much else themselves.
Yep, they can't seem to hold out against the fight. Let's see. It looks like they are running back to possibly the stragglers of the team. I don't
Potential?
know. Let's
It
take a
might
look-see.
be, yeah,
Yep,
it
they
does
are
look like the idea.
chasing down Cook.
Yep, does look like Cook had the idea to try and get their teammate off the crafter and just get out.
In the meantime, SEM is working on being positional. They're keeping their eyes on either
I'm
side.
curious where.
I don't see
Oh,
any
there
teams
they
near
are.
them. I'm going to keep my eyes on UTT
Yep.
here and their cleanup of Cook. But I wanted to check in, of course, on our
Yeah,
team.
of course, of course.
SDM is traveling between a choke point from what I saw.
Yes, they are. Though it doesn't look like they have anything near them.
No, I didn't see any other teams near them. So I'm going to call it good.
Ooh,
Looks like Cook is
yeah,
hopping
Cook
on a
might be getting
trident.
out of here.
Trying to get out of here. They might be trying to pick up their third player.
They
did a good job leading UTT away. I think Cook is going to pick up their other player.
Oh
no,
no,
other
their
player's
car
down.
bled out. Yep.
All right.
We are
Oof.
looking very separated over there as we push into
Yeah.
Pylon.
It looks like SDM is trying to find a place that they can call their own on Pylon. Cook, what are y'all doing?
They're getting out. They want nothing to do, and it's first ring, so they can absolutely get a crafter, get a respawn beacon.
Yeah.
Easiest respawn of their life.
Oof. I was super confused on that one, but
Yeah.
no, that's
No, the thought
totally
process
fair.
is there.
UTT having given up on that fight, they're sticking together. They're moving through Cedo Station, and I
Does
Storm
look
and
like
the
we
others-
might. I think we're just avoiding the fight altogether now.
Yep, we've decided. Hey, we're good.
Yeah,
We'll
not
find
worth
our
it.
place elsewhere.
Not worth it.
They do know that the southern end into Pylon is a low zone and somewhere that they wouldn't want to push in to a high zone. So hopefully they are looking at repositioning here, though I don't like that we're caught on the outside of this rock.
No, it does put us in a
Um,
very poor position with ring coming in as well.
Again, it's first ring. It's okay. I do hope that they
Get moving.
get moving, though. A little nerve-wracking. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Same.
No,
Let's
I
go,
mean,
guys.
okay. It looks like they are moving back, and they are going to be pushing in from the south. Which, if they do, that is okay.
Oh, it does look
looks
like they're
CU and MST are
I
fighting.
bet you they heard this fighting, and that's why they are rotating back. Gives them a good overview here. They might be able to push something with this.
Absolutely. Looks like CU is getting MST out of here. At least trying to, applying that pressure. Getting some-
CU still with a very interesting team comp. It does seem to be working for them, giving them that
Yeah.
early intel, but
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MST Fragley, once again, the rat of their team, chilling out, hiding on his own, finding his
Yep.
place, getting
yeah,
the banners,
getting the banners and getting
leaving
out. Yeah.
with an
You're
Ash,
Ash,
that type
you-
of
yeah.
mobility is appreciated.
I'm curious why he's back in the building though.
Back in the building again.
He's back in the building again.
But that is okay. He is just looking for a respawn beacon, which might push him directly into SMT.
Oh, this might
SDM.
work out in our favor.
We would love some points.
Yeah, I think all of us would.
I would love to see some
No,
points.
no, they don't.
No. They're
Oh,
gonna.
nope,
They'll
they
keep their
catch
eyes.
them. They
They'll
catch
keep
them.
their eyes because we've got UMN.
Yep, they're taking fights over there. So we're
CSUO.
keeping an eye out over there already. Do we
SDM.
catch the straggler though?
We gotta. Come on. You hear the footsteps. I know you guys hear it.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Where is this Ash?
Good question.
She got past us.
She got past him. Giving a full
No.
revive to
They are reviving in ring though.
MST. Yep, but nope.
Now
they've heard
they're
that revive,
realizing.
which means now they have victims. So,
Yes.
With this team being stuck out in the cold, are they going to get a chance for some? Well, honestly, that revive means
kills.
more points.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Let's see. But dropping with items again, that new
Ooh,
change.
they are taking rounds in
Getting
the tail though.
Getting a knock.
Can they get two?
They
Oh, that.
dealing with that. Oh, dealing with another party who's also looking for that free points.
Yeah, looks like it.
Let's see. Oh, come on. Get
They
that.
did get the
Loba.
res.
Unfortunate.
Does look like the other team did get out, though.
Oh.
Oh, so caught on the snare. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Good play on the Ash's part, though.
And, of course, MST pushing up and through. No, that's not MST, sorry.
Oh, the
CLSU.
bang absolutely wiping us out. That is
Yep.
simply unfortunate.
That was real unfortunate. I do not think that was a fault of their own because even from what I had seen, I thought this team was getting caught up with CU.
That's
I
definitely what it looked like as well.
I didn't expect CU. I didn't expect CULSB to get caught to run straight through instead of going in to try and claim a place in pylon. They ran around. They must have also heard the revive, tried to go for the revive, and ran to STSMT. MST still out in the sticks right now. I mean, I don't... Okay. Fregley has found their place. I don't know if this Rampart is going to be able to make it, though.
I'm very curious. There's a chance
Fregley
here.
going down.
I believe MST might still manage to get it out of ring just barely.
Yeah. I mean, MST still being, like, it would have been amazing for us to get MST out there. Just because even if we had died immediately after, we got more points than them. Just placement-wise and kills-wise. Unfortunately, MST weaseled their way out of it because we got third-partied by that other team that heard that revive and decided, free points, just like we did. And so they moved in on it. Either way, it's starting to shape up. Have we seen UTT is still in it? Getting pushed out by KSU from the looks of it, though. Taking some fire, and they do not want to go into ring, of course, but they don't want to just stay out of here.
Does look like they're making a rotation around the hill towards the choke point.
No, they're pushing towards this team. They are chasing out someone right now. From the
this is a very interesting play. It looks like it might have caught them in a bad time, though, as they are certainly getting pursued.
Yep. Okay. Moving back, getting better positioning. Unfortunately, KSU may collapse in on them and pincer UTT. UTT being our favorite to try and overtake. If they can make it out of this situation,
they have a solid chance.
They've got a solid chance. But if they cannot, if they can't turn this around, we're going to see some real trouble here. I'm going to whip out into free cam real quick, and we're going to take a look. It's looking like this team is trying to rotate into these trees, get some cover.
Oh, they do catch a very nice snare. KSU. We're both struggling. Yeah, I know, right?
UTT, it's a fight on two fronts here, and I mean, is it a tough one? Absolutely. This team will not be able to. They might actually. They might be able to rotate through the
ring. Yeah.
But we're gonna have to see. It looks like UTT is focusing their attention now on KSU. But UTT bringing two to a fight versus three. Let's see.
They bring one down, though. They get the finish.
Ash. Oh, nope. Now that the whole
teammates
UTT's
rolling
here.
in. KSU.
It
dang,
is ult to ult to
I'm surprised that gave you pushed that with such low health there, I'll be honest with you.
Yep. Let's see if they can hold out. I saw some shots from another team up here. Let's actually turn this on and turn this on.
Yeah, it does look like Cook is sitting just over the ridge.
It does look like the other team did make it around. This is CLSUB, I believe.
Yes, yes it is.
Who've managed to push around, and they are going to move their way through, I believe this is containment? Not containment.
This is, I think it's called I know it's been called Jurassic by our guys.
That sounds about right, honestly. Looks like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Torn up by whatever things they were keeping here. So, looks like they've got good positioning, holding this building to their advantage. We have Cook trying to get rid of this straggler.
Yeah, that man's clinging.
I believe Gab742 is now going to be a victim of CLSU.
Oh, he's going to try. He's going to try and recover out of this. Oh, it does look like teams coming in.
Teammate here. I mean, good recovery. No one behind.
They might have a chance, especially with UT coming up behind.
Yep, their shield econ is doing well. Cook is holding out on the outside if they
gone.
Can. UTT is getting a look around what they feel might be best. CU is looking at UTT.
Double reds as well.
Yeah, double reds. They're looking at UTT, and they're thinking about that fight. UTT is trying to hold positioning with their Ash taking a far back spot, but I believe they are running a Sentinel from the looks of it. So moving out here. Oh, this team has held out against
All odds, honestly,
CLSU
yeah.
here. I'm going to make sure
They
I'm getting
might
that right.
actually
Let's
have a
take
chance
look.
of holding this
Let's
until
take a
ring.
look, see. I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. Yep, it is CSULB. I mean, they just don't know how to attack this team. They've got a good defensive, and they've got their...
I am very much questioning the rotation out here. It does leave them rather vulnerable. Free damage.
Yeah, it feels like it probably would have been better to
Good
stick
bit. I
around.
like the idea of the bang ult here.
It was good use of
Oh,
it.
Ash portaling out. Smart
Yep.
play on their part as well.
But immediately whipping around to take advantage of the fact that they are now not in a position they have fortified.
Yes, it doesn't look like they've
They
known
lost 'em,
exactly
though.
where. Yeah, it doesn't look like they know exactly where they went.
They're just pinging where they saw them last. Cook is moving in, though. Cook is looking at moving in over this hill from the looks of it. And they will probably encounter CSULB here. In the meantime, CU having pushed through UTT, not putting up crazy fight. CU with 3 reds.
Oh, 3 reds and a defensive position. There's almost
And
zero weight.
Watson to keep those charged. I mean,
I have to give it to
is-
CU. There's not much of a way to really lose it at
CU
this current
Boulder
moment.
does have a good chance of pulling ahead here. If they can get
MST is out already,
Ooh, yup.
so
Cook-
they have a very solid chance. Cook might be about to go out as well from the looks of it.
Yep. Cook got into a close fight with CUSLB.
CSULB.
CSULB. Too many letters, bro.
I know, right? Like, shorten the name, man.
Okay. Exadel has made it down, is now going to begin ratting. I don't think Cook is going to be looking for that rat too much. I think they're going to worry about UTT taking pot shots at him.
Does look like Gab is Gab on his own?
Gab might be on his own.
Oh, it does look like he gets caught out, too. There's not
Yup.
many options
Gab-
for him.
Gab was with Happy, but I believe when they got caught out, when Cook pushed in on CSULB, they took out all of Exetel's team, but they also must have taken out Happy. That or Jonkler over on UTT. Jonkler.
Jonkler is the absolute
really
Overwatch
back
support
range
here.
Yeah. Getting good sniper shots in, making sure that CU knows their place, and their place is not safe.
No.
Topher
I will-
and Gab. UTT is trying to get this kill.
I will.
UTT saw this straggler. It was like, it's ours.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I can't blame him. You got one person. I will say though that if CU here is forced to push out of their building, they've lost every ounce of usability they have.
Yep. Let's take a look at the map real quick. It looks like CU will be getting a chance to hold their building, but
But
UTT,
so will UT.
UTT does have that advantage. They are going to keep taking pot shots through the
Oh,
door, pushing up on Jonkler.
CU trying to actually
Hyper
capitalize on a
aggression.
down here.
Yep. They got that
They
down.
got a lot. They got another down. They're getting the res on the roof, trying to push in on it.
UTT is
They might actually get
trying to-
another down here. Oh, and he gets the shield bat.
Yep.
UT is out.
UT is out, but CU did make a great push there. They got a knock,
That-
and they turned that around into a push
Yes.
that now.
They have to really reset this fast.
Cook turning around and saying, if you're leaving it, it's ours now.
Yeah.
Seeing them just fresh off a fight, they're thinking this is their best chance to push.
And
Though
they'd
I don't know, does Cook have an Ash ult on ready?
I don't know.
Looks
They
like they're
might
thinking
not.
about holding here.
I can't say I blame them. As is, they have no entire reason to push on this.
They may have thought the timing was just a little too long. This team was able to recoup a little too much. And
Exactly. That, and you don't really, at the moment, you don't know where the third squad is. You don't know if
No.
this is an entire third squad or just a rat.
Absolutely not. Exadel is doing their best.
Man's holding the tightest angles, and I gotta commend him for how long he's stayed in this at this point.
Yep. This is a fight of the ages. We have two teams who are ready to throw down over everything, and of course a rat who just wants that placement. So if they can catch, if they can
Oh,
avoid
he's
catching
catching some
strays,
nades. He might. Does look like CU's seeing him, but I don't think that Cook is putting together. They have a rat.
yeah. CU might have been playing the game of like, hey, you've got a rat down there. Maybe you should push that rat. Though I think Exetel's thoughts right now are, I need to hold out, and if I can hold out when they get squeezed in on each other, I'm going to drop this Bengal.
Yeah, drop that Bengal, get some free damage, and maybe some knocks.
If they play it well, they can get a knock here. They are starting to move up. They could get spotted by CU or Cook here. They are moving into the open, unfortunately.
Oh, this is a very... I don't like this spot for them. All it takes is one wrong move.
I think their next step is here and then here as
Yes.
Cook gets moved out. Cook is...
It does look like
Frog.
CU's firing on that rat as well.
Singular Frog
Oh,
really wants...
Oh, Zell's playing with
Don't
fire
turn
right now, but
around.
they're not looking.
Patience.
He's got a chance.
Patience is key here. Zettel
There's our Bengal. And they're diving.
Pushing, heavy pushing. We see this dive. Singular Frog is unfortunately caught in the middle of this bang.
Oh, Zito's going to get caught out. Oh, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
And, of course, CU cleans up what remains of Cook. Cook thinking about maybe trying to push
They're
here.
trying. They're trying to
Getting
get there.
one knock.
Can we pull much more, though?
Nope. Not with a 2v1 like that. Not
Boulder
not
with
on the height.
another first-place win to their name.
Absolutely. Got some clean skins here.
I got to question the team comp, but if it works, it works.
I mean, this team comp did a good job, especially with, I think the Crypto was almost a bet on the end, where you had to say, hey, Crypto's ult, especially endgame in this rank, is crazy strong. You have to bet you're going to make it to the end, though.
Yeah.
Because you're giving up a slot for what could be defensive positioning. They did make good use of the Watson. Watson's ult, especially having the constant charge on their red shields, super handy. But,
That's done.
no.
Yeah, that's done.
All right. We're still on stream. We're
going to finish this out. Let's finish this out.
So, either way, great games. Week 3 completed.
Yep.
Week 2 sadly missed, but we learned a lot. I think that STM did a great job this time around.
I believe we did okay in the...
Yeah.
Oh, we dropped to 9th.
Unfortunate. I think Stormpoint is just a weak spot for us, something that we need to practice more.
The problem is it's hard to do so because it's not in rotation right now.
That is true. Either way, GG's. That was a great game. I loved seeing all of it. And SDM, you had some peaks. We know what spots to improve on. And overall, that was great. We do have sponsors to read. If you would like to do a sponsor read, I'm going to look up some other information.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. Speaking of peaks, we got our supporter Blue Peak out here being one of our oldest sponsors. Love to see it. Thank you for the support. We like your money. We also have Live Hospitality being one of our biggest sponsors, as well as Omnitech. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means the world to us. It helps us keep putting on these streams with the quality that we like. Even though they're scuff, that's what makes it great. And in the meantime, I believe we have an announcement to make.
I believe... Oh, this is happening in April. I would like to mention Chuckapuck, of course. Chuckapuck is a event that we have coming up through ST. Is a team up between Rush and STM Esports. On Saturday, April 12th, we have cheaper ticket price. I believe it's cheaper tickets. They're good tickets either way. Tickets for a Rush event down in Rapid City. Please go. The Esports Association. Not having a stroke. Thank you. Either way. There should be some information about it out there. I believe you can find it. I'll try to link it as well in the description for this video. Either way, Chuckapuck, please go check it out. Support Rush, support Mines Esports, and otherwise, we have Landmines next week, and tomorrow is Rocket League.
I believe Rocket League, yes.
I believe it's Rocket League. So show up to those, and we hope to see you there. Either way. Have a wonderful night.
Peace.
It's unfamiliar, glare, it blinds me out.